it's lasers. Hi, everybody. We're actually isn't going yet. There we are. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on so many levels. Rime of the Frostmaiden. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master, and our players tonight we have. Let's see. Gosh, what order to do? I'm going to do right to left. Jason Banks as Rowan Gregor.
Hey, what's going on?
We have Lee Burdett as Iggy.
Hello.
We have David Archambault as Wilfred Cole.
Hey.
Nobilis Reed as Marcher Northwind.
Hi there.
And Paul Weimer as Aule.
Salve.
And Spence as Mara. I suddenly flinched because it's but that's not what I have on your little nameplate there. Smaragd Nachtmere.
Hello.
AKA Mara. So, last time, you all carried out a mission for Iggy's opinionated sword, returned to the crashed Mind Flayer ship that brought Iggy to this plane, and killed the gnome Mind Flayers that were just trying to fix their ship.
Kind of like the goblins that were just trying to make off with that cartload of iron.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit like, the thing is, though, the gnome mind flayers wanted to fix their ship so that they could continue doing mind flayer stuff.
Yes.
So just because that's all they wanted now does not necessarily mean that it's like, oh yes, it is morally neutral or even positive to help these people in need. It's more like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Proximate goal and ultimate goal.
Aiding and abetting.
Yes.
Yeah.
In any event, you killed the gnome mind flayers and their various creatures, and did a little bit of poking around in the command console to see if you could maybe blow it up. You didn't figure that out yet. You did recover some cool weapons, but then you all retreated back into the snow outside the ship to make camp. Did I miss anything of importance?
Well.
Met
Most
a new
importantly,
friend.
we have a new party member.
Yes.
That also happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A cleric.
Yes.
Who would have thought we needed a cleric?
And it's just so long as she doesn't run away after this, we should be good.
I mean, technically, I did kind of die. So, but friendship brought us back.
Friendship is magic.
That is what they say.
What's a little brain-eating alien attack between friends?
Well, they never attacked my brain. They just made it so I couldn't speak for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yes, we have Smaragd Nachtmere, cleric of Saloon, joining the party. But then, as you all, set your watches and get your long rest. Who's doing the watch? What's the watch sequence here?
I'll take first watch.
I'm usually middle.
Marcher's last.
All right.
I can take first watch as well. I know that Rowan had said he wanted to learn Elvish, so.
And I'll take last as well because I want to have a conversation with someone with opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cover middle. Oh, help on middle.
All right. Well, because I am not going to retcon what I said last time, which was that you were able to complete your long rest, nothing happens during the first two watches.
Bless your heart, GM.
Yes, and it
First
is
two watches,
It
she
is
said.
only when everybody starts poking around to kind of start getting your stuff together, breaking camp, that those of you who were on that last watch get to make a perception check here.
Okay.
I'll
gonna-
let Marcher do it with advantage
Right.
because my perception is not great.
21.
Okay. Yeah, so you have already got your stuff together, and while everyone else is busying themselves with getting all of their gear collected and breaking camp and so on, you start to feel a little bit of a vibration under your feet. And then shortly thereafter, you see, heading your way, something big is plowing through the deep snow, heading in your direction. Only its shiny dorsal ridge breaks the snow's surface.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Shit. Oh no. Oh,
To
no.
arms, my friends!
Yes.
Well, we are going to bite
This
the
is
bullet, aren't
this
we?
is a bullet. And
Willa will
my
try.
little
Yeah. It's not cute.
Light.
Let's still kill it.
So yeah, so let's go ahead and put you on a map here. And then we'll roll initiative. Alright. Mara, and did you bring back Piccolo yet?
No, I don't have the supplies for it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to get back to a town or city so Iggy can do that.
Okay, that's all I'll use. Alright, you should all be able to
We're still on the map.
Still on the
right,
map.
Still on the world map.
There you go.
Oh,
Because you're just out in the snow.
Ah.
But you've got a thing heading your way.
Oh crap! It's a thing.
Yeah. There's that thing.
Okay.
All right. Let's
cannot
get some
move
thing
me.
music. Can't move you.
Yeah,
That
I can't
doesn't-
move me.
Okay, hang on. That makes no sense. It is the same. It is not. I mean, it is still assigned to your character.
Okay, never mind. That was a player error.
Were you clicking on the Zoom screen?
No, it was I had the pan view tool selected.
Aha. Okay. Well. So everyone is caught by surprise that this thing is headed towards you. It is not a surprise round. It just means that you don't have time to prepare your positions before initiative begins. So let's get this started. It looks like Mara. So presumably, well, Marcher, what do you do when you see this thing heading in your direction?
Shout, oh, everyone to arms! We are under attack!
So, Mara, you just happened to have picked up your... What, do you have a staff? What do you use, Mara? Okay.
I have a mace and a sickle.
Okay, well, it just so happens that you had just picked those up, and you happen to be looking in the right direction, so you get to go first.
So I will look at it and say, "Flee!" and I will cast command on it. So it must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It rolls a 2. I think that makes it flee. It's on its turn. It will do that. Okay. In fact, actually, yeah, okay. Well, let's go ahead and do the rest of the initiative. But yeah, so that your flea has taken hold in its mind. Actually, I'm just making sure that it's. Let's see. Wait. I'm sorry. I will let you potentially take this back, but the spell has no effect if the target is undead or if it doesn't understand your language.
Right.
This is an unintelligent. It's just a creature. It doesn't speak
Okay.
languages.
Okay.
So I mean,
Then I
you don't
take
have
it
to use
back.
yeah, you can take it back.
I take it back, and then instead I cast Sacred Flame in it.
Okay.
And so it must be a Dexterity save.
Yes, it will do that instead, and it will get a 17.
It saves.
Okay.
Boo.
All
Does
right.
it take any damage on a save?
No.
Nope.
Not for Sacred Flame.
It's a cantrip.
Cantrips are like that.
All right, Lila's turn. But having not been, I think I will allow Lila is in tune enough with you that the 2 arms would send him saying, "Huh? What? Where? Huh?"
Yeah.
I think he would probably not charge into battle,
Right.
but maybe position himself by you and ready an attack if something comes close.
Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Great. Okay. Ale.
Okay, first step, I will cast Hunter's Mark on it
All right.
as a bonus action.
Hmm.
Second, and I am not going to be so stupid as to go rushing up at this thing. I am going to hold an action for, if it comes within sword range, I am going to unleash upon it.
Are you gonna like move up a step or two, or?
Yeah, I should actually. I'll move here, but not go charging up at it. That's
Okay.
Ollie's getting better at this.
So you did Hunter's Mark and then what?
And then I'm holding an attack action for when it comes galloping up at me,
Okay.
as it's wont to do.
Right. Okay. Then it is Marcher's turn.
Going to cast False Life at 2nd level.
All right.
Gives me 13 temporary hit points. And I'm going to stay where I am. That's not a bad place to be.
Okay.
One hand on Lila's flank, ready to send her
There's
charging.
the
in when
hounds.
Okay. Next is Rowan. Almost everybody gets to go before the bullet.
Center of mass. Center of mass.
Go for the eyes!
That's minced.
The gullet.
and boo.
Yeah.
Gullet. You see how wide open its mouth is?
I mean, open mouth would basically be center past that thing.
Let's see. I will cast.
Bear in mind it's burrowing towards you though. Only it's like ridges above the snow.
Oh, so what?
You
all we
can
see
fire
is
at it.
what-
I just mean it's not like it's got the big gaping mouth pointed at you. Is all my point.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna. I'll do the bonus action. I'll cast an ensnaring strike, and then I will attack it
Okay.
and see if I can stop it from coming at us.
Okay.
Isn't that a strength save, though?
Yeah.
So it makes a strength saving throw. Is that what?
Yeah, if I hit it. That's if I hit it.
Okay. Yeah.
Does a
Unfortunately,
10 hit?
a 10 glances off of its hard armor plating.
Let's see. The second attack. Oh, 19.
A 19 does hit.
Yeah, there we go. So it'd be a DC 14 strength check, or be ensnared.
All right. It actually rolls super low and gets an 8. So it is
Wow.
briefly ensnared.
Wow.
So it is entangled by the dark tentacle that sprout out of the ground, and takes
Alright.
1d6 plus the other.
Here, let's use that for. And so, how much damage?
It be. So that'd be 6 points, and then. So it'd be a total of 12.
Okay.
And it would have to take an action next turn to try to break free.
Right. Okay. Nice one. Wilfred.
That was a little work.
Okay. Gonna take. Yeah. Might be rooted to the spot, but it'll. Right.
Ignore that.
We can easily break free, so gonna Yep, stand ready and attack when it comes near.
Okay.
You might want to be within 5 feet of me so I can use protection on you if it goes for you instead of me.
Okay.
All right. So it's now the Boulette's turn, and it is going to try to break free of the vines. it is okay. So last time, it rolled a 4 and got an 8. This time it rolled a 3 and got a 7. So basically, what you see is the snow just go poof, 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 as this thing is thrashing around, struggling to break free of these vines and failing to do so.
It takes,
It says.
and since it did break free, it takes 4 points.
Yeah. Well, it did not break free, but so
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it didn't, it takes 4 more.
All right. Yeah. It is. So it is. This thing that is essentially a burrowing rhinoceros has now failed twice to break free from these vines.
I feel like
So
this is
it just goes to show. I mean, you don't. It's not. You never know. It's not always. Sometimes it really helps. All right. So in any case, that makes it Iggy. Your turn.
All right, Ig is going to move over here
All right.
to be out of the main line of attack.
Well, you don't know what direction it's going to go when it breaks free.
Right, but the more than likely it's going to head towards these guys because there's more people in that line. But anyway, Eldritch Blast 2 times.
Is it restrained because of the vines?
let's see.
Because if so, then these are with
Yes.
advantage.
They are with advantage because while restrained by the spell,
Yeah.
the target takes more than 6. Yep.
All right, so first
So-
roll was a 7 and the second roll was a 15. So the first Eldritch Blast misses.
Yeah, so 15 glances off of its armor.
All right, the first roll for the second one is a 20.
Mm-hmm.
The second roll is 21. So
Okay,
it's still
yeah,
not a crit,
that-
but
that-
it does hit
Mm-hmm.
for 11 points of damage.
All right. Ah, it says.
All right.
All right. Mara, your turn.
It is too early for this. I will move forward a little bit. So there. And I will try again with Sacred Flame.
Okay. Let me double check if restrained. Does restrained give disadvantage on dexterity saving throws?
I would think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Restrained disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Yep.
Great.
I thought so. Yeah. So it got a natural 1. That's gonna fail.
Fantastic. So it will take 2d8.
Man, you guys are just. This is. That's weird. Why does it so? Oh, I see. It's green because one of the 2 was maxed. So 11.
Right.
Yeah. So this is just bullets in a barrel here. All right.
How
well,
dare you wake us up early?
I'm just imagining this being another level of evolution for Graboid in the Tremors franchise.
Oh, yeah.
all right, Lila.
Lila is going to continue to hold back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to train Lila to go in after the melee has started.
Yeah.
And there are other attacks besides him.
Sure. Just for fun, let's go ahead and get another animal handling check.
Okay. 18.
Yeah. Hey,
I've been doing really good on these.
you really have. Yeah, Lila is increasingly not just cooperative, but you sense actually trying to do
Follow.
what you say, like pay attention and like an actual trained creature and all. All right, Ale.
Okay, so So if I tried to shoot with a laser pistol or laser rifle, it would be at disadvantage. But if it's restrained, that would cancel out.
No,
and
it's
just
not
be straight.
prone. It's restrained. So it's tangled in these vines. So
Okay.
your attack would be at advantage regardless.
Right.
Oh,
but wouldn't get his proficiency.
It wouldn't get
Well,
my proficiency. It would just
so
be a
the-
straight up.
Yeah, the
That's-
laser pistol doesn't get your proficiency, but it would be with advantage. But also your sword would be if you ran up and just whacked at it too.
Yeah, but I might be an
I'm just-
intelligence. Yeah, I might be intelligence 8, but I'm not that dumb.
You tell me what you
I will
want to do.
say,
I mean,
I will say it's safer for you to do so when I use ensnaring strike instead of entangle, because entangle's just a 20-foot circle that'll attack anything.
Yeah. No, I think I'm going to actually give a. I'm going to take the laser pistol out and take a shot at.
Okay.
Take a shot and see what happens. Who knows?
All right.
19.
A 19 does hit. Is your
Okay, well,
dexterity not have a modifier?
No, it's zero. It's dexterity of 10, so it does not.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, a 19 does
Well,
hit.
Okay, so what's the damage on the laser pistol?
3d6.
Yeah.
3d6,
It's in
okay.
D&D
I didn't- I-
Beyond. You can add it as a piece of equipment.
Yeah, I hadn't thought I would actually need it, but here's an opportunity for me to actually use it, so I didn't.
Yeah.
So 11 points of damage, and
Yeah.
I'll mark off a charge on this thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, you see a
Zap,
big
the
patch of snow
paladin.
turn to steam as you have just burned this thing in a sensitive area. It had kind of rolled around on its back a little bit as it's trying to escape these vines.
Okay.
Kind of cute. It's like a dog. Hey,
Since to hit rolls have got an advantage, I think the best thing to do here would be to hit it with something hard that has 2 hit rolls.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast Freezing Spears at 3rd level.
Okay.
The first one is a 16.
A 16 doesn't hit, but yeah.
But that's just the first roll. An 18.
18 does hit.
Okay, so it's 1 hit. I have a total of four shots. So 21, that's 2 hits.
All right.
13, that misses.
Correct.
And 18.
18 hits.
Okay, so that's 3d10 cold damage. Its movement speed is reduced by 15 feet. And I get an extra +2 cold damage because of the feature that I just got at 6th level. So
Oh.
What feature did you get at 6th level?
6 damage for the spears, 8 for the extra.
Wow. Rolling 3d10
Yeah.
and 2 of them were 1s. That's.
But
that's
it
a
did
bummer.
it did reduce its movement speed. So
Yeah.
for a round. So if it gets free, it's not going to be able to move as fast. Yeah, the feature that I got at 6th level was Elemental Affinity, and basically, when I cast a spell, I can add my Charisma bonus to 1 damage roll
Oh, nice.
for cold
Nice.
damage only. So. It's got a bunch of other things that it does that's not as useful, but because I've already got cold resistance.
Yeah. All right. So it took that 6 damage from those freezing spears.
8 damage
8.
because I got the
Oh,
plus
right.
2 the bonus. Yeah.
Okay. So,
And yeah, I'm going to stay where I am.
all right. Rowan.
well, since it's still stuck, I'm gonna use sharpshooter and try to take this thing out.
Ah!
Hey,
Oh,
wait a minute.
well,
I take
well,
an
yeah.
advantage.
Mother,
Unfortunately, both of those still missed.
Mother would not approve.
Okay!
That's a
Good
crit.
one.
The crit will hit.
I stand corrected.
So remember that you don't double the +10, but you
Yeah,
double
yeah.
all of the dice, and it is
Then I have-
certainly injured now.
So now I have that. So that'd be it's 1d8 plus 1, so that's 9 plus.
And you can also
Nice.
and your Colossus Slayer die also gets doubled because
Correct.
it's a die, not a bonus.
Oh, that gets doubled?
Well, right,
gets-
yeah,
it
because
gets
it's part
critical,
of the
yeah.
dice of your attack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot my hunter's mark. Huh.
Man.
Well, you didn't attack it.
Well, he did with the laser pistol.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah. All right.
Never mind. It's
Okay, so
on me.
Let's see. So that was the 9 for the crit plus another d8. Then plus the Colossus Slayer. So that is a total of 8, 16, 26, 35 points of damage.
wow.
Oh,
Because the double Colossus Slayer I rolled, there's a 6 and a 2 for that, and then a 9 for the max on the crit, and then another d8, which rolled an actual 8.
It is almost dead. Like you almost take it out with just that shot.
If I had hit the first one,
It is at 2 hit points.
oh dear.
Yeah. All
It'd
right.
be really embarrassing if it kills me.
Yeah, Wilfred.
Wilfred is going to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and swing at it. 'Cause-
Wilfred, I thought I was the dumb one.
I got a crit.
Well, yeah, you got a crit.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell us how you finished this thing off, because it only had 2.
It, Ronan's strike hit it, and it kind of reared up, and Wilfred just opened up like a nice soft spot in the middle. Wilfred just walked up and just embeds his warhammer into it.
Well,
Yeah.
you made that look easy.
Crunch. So, well done. That ensnaring strike was clutch.
I
They
have
didn't
I
even
have a
get to
finishing
attack.
move. I thought of a finishing move. I know that you just hear me out. Rowan's arrow hit it in the eye, and it's there clawing at it, trying to get this eye, and Wilfred ran up and hit the arrow, driving it into its brain. Okay, all right, that's fine. It was a suggestion.
All right. So, that was a bracing way to wake up this morning. So,
Yeah.
I hadn't had my coffee yet. It was in trouble.
All right, is Lila interested in bullet meat?
I think that there is there's some sniffing at first, but then a couple of like probing, and it just keeps getting hard, like really just tough, super tough leather and armor plating, and then kind of looks back at you and says, "Whew."
Can we take a little time to cut past the hide and get to some good bits? I will take out a knife and start sawing at its belly to try to get some
Yeah.
nice
I
juicy
mean-
entrails.
Wilfred has a hand axe that would probably be.
Yeah, I've got an axe too, so
Well, you guys remember in Tremors where they actually dig it out because it's still like half buried in the snow where it was all in the vines and everything. So you have to kind of like dig it out, and then it's not on it, like it's not got its belly up, so it's like
yeah, we gotta roll it over. Yeah,
It's-
Well, we got
kind
three
of an
burly
ordeal,
guys
but,
here, so
yeah.
yeah. If you guys take a little time though, like you can certainly get it.
I think
done.
we can afford an hour to dig this out and get a meal for
Yeah, Lila is
for
much
Lila.
happier with the inside parts.
yes.
And can we get the bullet hide for a possible
Trade
sale
value?
later?
You can try with a survival check to harvest some of that leather, although I can't guarantee that you have an armorer available nearby that's going to be capable of doing much with it for you.
Well, freezing does wonders for preservation.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going
Carry
to
around
count it
80
if I've got a
pounds worth
backpack
of
full of meat
bullet
here.
leather.
would Rowan like to take the lead on that?
Oh yeah, if you want it, yeah, I'll help get it. I'll get you more.
All right. While they're messing about with that corpse,
Circus.
Ig is going to back up and go to. First, he's going to kind of try to meditate with the Psy Crystal because you're right. He did think that the the ithalids were bigger than that.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to see if he can find any nearby that might be bigger than the ones that we fought and killed.
Let me clarify. This ship that you were just at this last episode was definitely the one.
Yeah.
So, that's the ship. There isn't a different ship nearby.
Right.
So when I was saying that you remembered them being bigger, I don't mean to imply that, oh, that's suspicious. Maybe these are not the right ones. What I mean is like you were scared of them and they seemed bigger to you, and then you got to see them like in the light of day when you're prepared, and it's like, oh, they're actually small.
Oh
When
yeah.
they're not looming over you while you're trapped in a crystal. So I'm not sure what reason you would have to think that there's others.
Well, the reason that I have for thinking that there might be others is the fact that the psi crystal is making me paranoid.
Oh, okay, fair. That's fair. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It sounds like Lee is not expecting the positive result. This is
Right. Okay.
It's
Well,
not
yeah.
easy,
Okay. I was just trying to make sure that you didn't misunderstand me. Okay.
No, I'm trying to play into something that hasn't gotten much screen time.
Right. Well, I think what is running through your head is the idea that it was your connection to like the fact that you found this crystal put you on the wavelength of that distress signal that they were sending out. But what else might have heard it and might be on its way here right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what if there are more? Because they had to go out hunting reindeer to make that one flesh golem. What if there are more of them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, are you wanting to make a check or something?
Yes. I don't know what kind of check that would be. Would that be investigation or?
I'm going to say you
perception?
Don't need to make a check. What you think is that there is almost certainly something heading your way. Because how could there not be?
Right. Until the ship is destroyed or the distress beacon is turned off.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. So how far away are we from the ship?
I mean, you guys tell me how far you went. I
Yeah.
had the impression
Like
it wasn't
100
that
feet.
far, but, you know.
Yeah, like a half mile, something like that.
Somewhere between half mile and 100 feet.
Roughly thereabouts. Yeah, so I'm gonna head back to the ship and see if I can figure out how to blow it up.
Okay, do you just go off by yourself?
Given the fact that turned out really, really badly for one before, I'm going to pat Aule on the shoulder and say, I'm going back to the ship to see if I can figure out how to blow it up.
Yeah, that's gonna get Ali to go follow you like a puppy dog or puppy dragon. Take your pick.
Yeah, I'll go with you because I want to. While you're figuring that out, I want to explore more of the ship. We found nifty goodies.
What is Mara up to?
Mara is I am drinking my tea. I don't really want to go on the ship. It does not feel very natural, and I do not like it very much. But I will keep watch. I am good at this.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be fantastic. Thank you very much.
I am with you. This is not my kind of place.
Can I pet the owl bear?
If I'm here. don't-
Okay. I would always ask for permission first.
Well, it's not a matter of permission. It's more a matter of if I'm not here, there's no one to keep you from getting something snipped off.
Oh, this is important.
Let's see.
So
There we go. All right. I've put you all back on the map here.
Iggy, did you pick up that thing that was making that noise when we were here last time?
What thing that was making what noise? I don't remember.
Clicking?
Yeah, there was some sort of thing that was clicking.
Oh yeah, no, it was reacting to the psi crystal that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't pick it up. You just left it.
Yeah.
Can I find that still, Christian?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's where I put you back up on the like. If you guys were all, I'll let me move you up to the second floor, which is where that room was. So this room to the east of you there is where that was. So let me pull. So here's the thing that is a little annoying that sometimes Roll20 will do is if you open something and then pop it out to a separate window and then close it, it won't let you open it again. That's okay. I have solutions for this. So as you move around into that room, the room just to the east that Wilfred has just gone into, there crystals protrude from the chitinous ceiling of this oddly shaped room. Some of the crystals are lit, others are flickering or burned out. Plates of chitin have been pried loose from the walls in places, exposing cavities filled with tangled masses of black tubes. Scattered across the floor are unusual looking tools. And in that room is the there was a laser pistol that you took, and there was also this black metal box the size of a bar of soap that is making the sound like a Geiger counter, reacting clearly to the psi crystal that Iggy has.
Okay.
Wilfred's going to go ahead and pick it up. Pick that up. And, like, hold it up. It's like, if it, move it towards and away from Iggy and just see if reacting to them and just.
Yeah, it's definitely reacting to. I mean, I don't know if Iggy has it out, but
it's just in my bag.
Yeah, it's just definitely going, and then you swing it over by Iggy, and it goes.
Is there any writing or anything on it?
No. Sorry, I didn't mean to have a tone, but it's kind of like this alien contraption that has an obvious function from its
well.
From its noise.
I didn't. If there was writing, I wouldn't expect there to be able to understand it.
No, there's no writing on it.
Okay.
Mind flayers do everything through psychic connections. They're not big on labels. Like.
Okay, so
if
possibly I'd have to use the psi crystal to figure out how to turn on the self-destruct.
Well, so you recall that, moving one more room eastward has that engine where the room contains a 5-foot diameter sphere of shiny black metal with small transparent hexagonal windows. Sharp metal tines resembling grasping claws protrude from the nearby walls and ceiling, stretching toward the sphere but stopping short of it. Along the walls are low-mounted control stations studded with knobs and dials. Quick question. I have been assuming for now that Iggy is still attuned to the psi crystal and that no one has attuned to the helm of telepathy. Is that correct, or?
That is correct.
Yeah, I think Iggy gave me the helm, but I haven't put it on.
Okay, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
and
checking.
I'm not. Nobody's attuned to the eyes of minute seeing either.
Right.
I have.
I'm not sure those need attunement, but good to know regardless.
Uh-huh. But yeah, so I'm in here with this engine, which obviously has a broken psi crystal in it. All right, how do we break this thing?
There's always the obvious.
Apply
hit it
hammer.
With something like. Yeah.
Apply hammer.
Or force or magical force damage.
Do do you know of anything on this ship from your time here that would be flammable?
I was in one of those prison things downstairs, so no.
Well, maybe can your sword tell us?
'Cause your sword does communicate with you. Maybe your sword has,
It does have a
dare
thing.
I say it, opinions on how to
Yes.
destroy this ship.
It does, in fact, have opinions, but it has been remarkably quiet. So
Maybe
I'll put
this
my hand on the hilt and say, "Do you have any recommendations on how we blow this ship up?"
The tool I choose for destruction of the vessel is the tool that I have chosen for the destruction of the vessel. It is your job to figure that out.
That's what I figured. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have. He's not going to tell us anything.
You think that an identify spell would help us figure it out?
Well, remember there's a table for trying to figure out alien technology. So if you guys want to,
No, I in character.
okay,
That was more in character.
all right. Well, I'm also reminding you all out of character that if you want to figure out alien technology, that's how you do it. All right, but proceed in character.
Or maybe just keep think about it. I will happily offer my brain for assistance as long as I get it back afterwards.
If this is the helm of the ship, then obviously a self-destruct of some kind, you say, would probably be in here. We could meddle with it and see what happens, but explosions while you're in them suck.
Yeah. So how does figuring out alien technology work, OGM?
You make an intelligence check.
Make an intelligence check.
Would you like to give Wilfred advantage because he's got a +2?
Sure. I will give you advantage.
So we work together.
Yes.
I'm just gonna stand and glower at the
Advantage is a
thing.
very good thing. Because it's a total of 17 instead of a natural 1.
Okay, so that counts as a success. What I will say is that you're here in the engine room, and what you have figured out about it is that it seems clear that this engine is powered by a crystal very much like the one Iggy has, except the one that's in there seems broken. And that jives with what they had said initially, which was that that's what they wanted, and that's why they had a tool that's designed to find one, is that they needed one to fix their engine. So you suspect that this whole system here is currently operating on reserve power and probably doesn't have much longer before that will give out as well. But there doesn't seem to be any way to trigger a self-destruct from this room.
As a side note, there's a decayed psi crystal in the engine, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you take that out? I'm speaking player to player.
You need to coo like a pigeon. That's the critical role
Yes,
way.
yes.
The metagaming pigeon.
I have no idea.
I mean, shall we try and take
we-
out the damaged one? Maybe that'll.
Oh, wait. What room did we find that rod you have, Wilfred?
That was upstairs.
Upstairs. At
Yeah,
the
sitting
top.
on the
Maybe-
arm of the captain's chair.
Well, maybe that's the room where we can trigger the system. Because if that's where all the controls are, then maybe the self-destruct is there too.
Yeah, so Wilfred, as part of figuring out what you did here in the engine, you believe that you could replace the broken crystal with the one that Iggy has, and that would make the engine work again. That is what they wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we want to make this ship work again.
How? This is just me asking it a question to everyone, including the GM.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult do you think it would be for us to commandeer this ship?
Well, the
Considering one of your party has literally said, "I do not want to be on this ship," it is not natural.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
another one of your party
Yeah.
very seriously wants to destroy the ship because bad memories.
I think that would to know that would require doing more figuring out alien technology roles, perhaps in the place where you would actually control it, not the engine.
All right. Well,
Alright.
let's go upstairs and see what we can find up there.
All right.
Note to self,
Yeah.
riding into battle in a giant squid ship would be quite intimidating.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm moving you, and you guys are moving back. All right, it's fine. Okay, so back up the stairs to the top level. This is the bridge. Suspended from the ceiling of this high-domed chamber is a complex lattice of bioluminescent jellyfish that use the glowing tips of their tendrils to form constellations. A high-backed chair with short armrests, each capped with sparkly blue crystal orbs, tilts up toward the display. A panel on the starboard wall lies open, exposing a pulsing tendril of flesh embedded with crystal shards.
Wilfred's gonna poke around on the chair, see
All right.
if it can figure something out.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead and roll your intelligence, your figuring things out roll.
15.
Okay, so that is another success. You figure out that you think that these two blue sparkly orbs are the self-destruct, but here's the problem. What it's designed to be is, first of all, it's a two-person activation, and it requires each person to be telepathic. So you need two people each with telepathy to activate one on each of these blue crystals in order to trigger the self-destruct.
Well, we have a helm that gives us one person.
Yep,
That's
and Iggy has a psi crystal that he's attuned to, so that's 2.
That's 2. So someone would have to attune, or I should say, Rowan would have to attune to the helmet, and that would give you 2 people.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Or somebody else who takes the helm with maybe with the highest intelligence, maybe. I don't know.
do you want to attend
Ollie's
to it,
definitely
or
not it.
I mean,
Rowan, or
listen, I wasn't opposed to putting it on before. I just haven't got a chance to. Although, in a situation where I get to play Die Hard with a ship with squid things in it, I mean, wasn't the ideal circumstances to play with this helmet, but might as well. If that'll get this thing blown
Okay.
up so we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, you know what? I'm just double checking. Helm of Telepathy seems like it's an item designed for this purpose. Meaning, like, in a meta sense, like it's intended to, like, this is...
This is a reason to have it there, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. So, technically speaking, if you attune to the Helm of Telepathy, you don't have just, by default, telepathy, but it would be close enough to do this. The way that it works is that you essentially can use an action to cast the Detect Thoughts spell, and then you can communicate telepathically with that creature that you're concentrating on. But I would allow you, in this case, to have that be the, have this orb count as the creature that you're communicating with.
Okay.
So you're gonna take an hour to attune to it.
Here goes nothing. I'll put the slug on my head.
All right. All right. Are you just leaving everyone else outside? You gonna not tell them what you're up to or anything?
Hi. Wilfred will go downstairs to the balcony and say, "It's gonna be a little bit. We figured it out, but we gotta take some time to make it work."
What do you mean make it work?
Rowan put the slug on his head. It'll help him. It'll allow him to cause the ship to blow up.
You should probably get off the ship before the ship blows up.
Well, we still got time.
Just the way
Okay,
you
I'm
put
going to
that.
say that Marcher and Willa and I, we go this way so that we will be far away, and then I can heal you all when you die.
Very much appreciated.
I'm just watching to make sure these.
Let's
don't
go
get
to
into
the
even more
tree
trouble.
line. I don't want to be here when this blows up.
All right, we can move back.
All right, tell me how many feet away you are.
I want to be at least 100 feet away.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Everyone else, what are you talking about while you wait?
Well, since there's no one else that would probably be able to stop this detonation, I think we could set it for a significant amount of time.
I don't think
give
that
us-
you know that you can. You don't know that you
Well,
have
maybe.
any ability to
Well,
set
big
that.
bada
Oh,
boom.
Iggy, do you think we could set this for a certain timer?
mean, it was Wilfred that
possibly, but we
figured it out.
probably just really want to book it after we do this.
Now, well, it was Wilfred that figured it out from
Yeah.
his
Oh.
study of the device, and what Wilfred, what you determined is that there's no like adjusting. It is you activate it, and it's going to do what it does. There's no adjustments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Now that
Uh,
said, it doesn't make any sense that they would have it be an instant activation. Like that,
Yeah.
like that doesn't make any sense. So you think there must be some amount of time, but you don't know how much, and you don't have any way to change it.
yeah, so I think you guys
Yeah.
should probably go down there and join them.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially since
I while you're getting used to that thing, Wilfred's gonna just try and cast identify on the clicky thing
Okay.
if it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a device designed to detect the presence of a psi crystal by accelerating the frequency of the clicks that it makes. And that is the entirety of what it does.
Okay.
It's a machine that goes ping.
Yeah.
So, Iggy, good news about this. It won't blow up when you're near.
Yep.
At least, I assume it won't if it's working right.
Well, I mean, in a very real sense, what you also have is if you know who has the psi crystal, it's a way to find that person.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah.
in theory, if there were ever to be another psi crystal, that could confuse you. It wouldn't necessarily know which one is which.
but
And as that thought comes to mind, Wilfred will just kind of go into a rambling thought and of differentiating different signals and just and kind of almost sound like he doesn't know what he's talking about for a second,
Cue glazed eyes.
basically.
Do you have a way to turn it off? Because I can tell that's probably going to wear on a lot of people's nerves if it keeps doing that.
Huh.
now I will. We could take this back to those mines. I mean, you said you found yours in the mine, right?
I found mine in the skull of a mind flayer that was much, much bigger than these.
Well, yes, but it was in the mines. Maybe there's more there. Although, would that mean there'd be more mine flayers?
In the mine? Probably.
Oh God.
Or at
Is
least
there
mind
a-
flayer skulls.
Is there a way to turn it off?
You would believe it would require a telepathic activation. But that means that maybe Eggy or Rowan, once he is, attuned, could do it.
Well, hey, Iggy.
Yeah?
Try and tell this thing to shut up. With your mind.
Little did we know, Iggy finds another sentient piece of technology with opinions.
Oh, God.
Oh God, no. Yes.
Okay. I will give it a shot. And I will use telepathy on the thing and tell it to turn off.
It stops clicking.
There you go.
I think that could be a
That was more straightforward than I imagined it would be.
I'm
Again, I think that could be a nifty tool for later, especially since we have been running across invisible Durgar, and we don't know what other things they might have hidden up their sleeves. They could all have psi crystals embedded in their foreheads or something. I mean,
Oh,
if
that's
how-
a horrible
if
thought.
that's how that works. I don't know how that works.
It's a terrifying thought.
I mean,
Iggy kind of hugs the back. Not my side crystal.
they do.
Is it done? Are we done here?
Things haven't gone boom yet, so no.
Okay.
So, yes, eventually, Rowan, you, like, for a while, this thing is just kind of gross. I mean, you can feel it squishy on your head, and you can feel it sort of gradually, like, it's not, it's only marginally slimy, but you can feel it sort of like oozing its way into where it has contact with your scalp. But you are just kind of waiting and not really aware of anything other than the weird sensation until all of a sudden you have what feels just a little bit like just sort of it's almost like an animal noise that just sort of happens in your brain, a little bit like when Iggy has talked to you telepathically, but it's just sort of a, and you realize that, like, oh, I have a connection with this thing on my head now, and I can tell it what I want to do, and you are now attuned to that your helmet slug.
This is definitely strange, but I think I can help with the thing now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, Aline, shall we depart?
Yeah, I have not been very helpful in this regard. I think it is time for me to leave.
Okay.
Let's hope I don't muck up this thing here.
All right. We have
And
Alan
we'll
and
kind of
Wilfred.
outline what he discovered, and then descend.
All right.
They have a plan. I will explain to Mara, who's off camera, and
Marcher.
Marcher.
Yep.
Do you think we have to touch this thing, or do you think we just kind of?
Yeah, you
I
have
think
to
we just kinda think at it.
put your hand on it and think at it, essentially.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
May have to go running back after
Yeah.
them. Over.
As soon as you each touch the orb, you know, like when only one of you has touched it, you feel a little bit of a sort of a nonverbal sense of not ready. But then when the other person touches it, you both have a feeling of like ready to activate. And again, it's not verbal, but you just sort of have a sense of, it's a little bit like you're in a dark room and you're feeling around with your hand, but then you feel a light switch, right?
Okay.
You just sort of have a sense that there's a thing that you could turn on.
Oh,
Okay. Well, let's go.
All right. You do it?
Yep. Activate self-destruct.
Okay. Do either of you understand deep speech?
No.
no.
All right. So what you become aware of is something going, yeah, oh, yeah,
Oh God, let's go.
yeah.
Yep. Let's run.
Let's run.
So
Let's run.
no, we're gonna briefly we're gonna have just the two of you roll initiative.
Oh God.
Okay.
Hang on, let me
Oof.
add you with new turns here.
I got a 6.
Well, I
You
mean, it's
are
just the
number
two of
6.
you acting, really. So,
Yeah. 17.
all right.
Some
It doesn't matter.
Jesus is faster than the ranger.
Yeah. Okay, so as you are hearing telepathically these countdowns starting, Iggy, you are first. So what are you doing?
I'm going to take the dash action.
Okay. All right. So let me move you. So 5, 10, 15, 20 would get you there.
Yeah.
And then going just continuing to go down. I mean, you
Yeah.
could also like jump over the side if you wanted, but if you're just continuing to take the stairs.
I'm going to continue to go down.
Okay, 25,
Um,
30, 40, 35, um, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You can just get to there.
Okay.
All right. And then it would be Rowan. Are you essentially doing the same thing?
How high up is? I'm gonna. Yes, I will take the dash action. But how high up is it?
So basically, if you were to go out on like on the railing on this level, you are 45 feet above ground level, but you are also 20 feet above the railing on the second level, like the balcony on the second level, and then so the elevation is ground 5 feet up for the first level deck, 25 feet up for the second level deck, 45 feet up for the third level deck, which is where you are now.
Run down to the battle deck and jump off there.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the battle deck. That's the one that's 25.
Yeah.
And I'm diving off the
10,
side
15,
Into the snow.
20,
into the snow.
25,
Yes.
30, 35, 40,
Free
45,
falling, now you're
50,
free falling.
and then over the deck.
I've got some acrobatics.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna roll 3d6, and then you can reduce it with an acrobatics.
Nice.
So 10. It would be 10 bludgeoning damage from falling. Go ahead and roll your acrobatics.
19.
Okay, yeah, I think you are able to make use of the snow that's piled up around this thing, and you land without damage.
Oh, nice.
All right, so that is that first sort of round. Iggy, what are you doing next?
Well, now that I'm out of range of that chair, I'm going to cast Thunderstep and teleport 90 feet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then I'm going to take my regular movement and run an additional 30 feet for 120 feet total.
All right. Well, I'm not going to have us stay in initiative because you guys are clearly doing the things that you need to do. What happens is that you both get to a safe distance, and approximately 1 minute after my light flickered on me. All right. 1 minute after you activated the thing, the entire Nautiloid Mind Flayer ship erupts in a great big fireball, big enough you think that it could probably be seen from 10 towns. And you get the sense that if you had been within 60 feet of it, you would have had a very bad day. At 100 feet, you are nonetheless knocked over backwards by the shockwave and feel you feel the heat on your skin, but you don't take any damage.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
You'll see,
there's like-
I was a little smart.
You are
Yeah.
very smart.
And is there like a big old crater there now?
Yeah. It is entirely annihilated.
Yeah.
Looks like you
but,
found it.
Yeah, just for the fun of knowing, if you had been within 60 feet of it, you would have taken 20 d6 force damage.
Oh, wow.
Owza.
That could easily have been enough to just outright kill.
Any
Yeah.
of us, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, well done. You have
Blew up
destroyed
a
the
Mind
Mind
Flayer
Flayer
ship.
ship.
Yay.
I think we should now get on our way because something, this might attract attention from things.
Could be,
I,
yeah.
I think half
I
of
agree.
10 towns saw this.
Yeah.
Yes. So let us be on our way.
All right.
The road is calling to me.
Okay.
The road goes ever on
and on.
and on.
But
So the question is, where are we going,
From the door.
friends?
I mean, we've heard. I mean, we've had rumors about.
Well, I've got a backpack full of meat, so I don't feel like we need to go to a town soon. But Iggy, did not you say that you wanted to go to a town?
Yeah, I need to get supplies to summon Piccolo back.
Okay, so
do
let's
we wanna go
let's
back
get
to
to the
Bryn
nearest
Shander?
town.
If-
Is it the kind of thing you can find anywhere, or do we need to go to big town?
So if
Uh,
Iggy has the complete list, could I use survival and forage in the wooded areas around?
Unfortunately, no, because what it needs is like fancy incense and stuff like that. So it's not really things that would be
Can't just
Found-
use
yeah.
pine sap and some sage.
no. You might get something, but it wouldn't be Piccolo.
It sounds to me, if that's what you're looking for, it sounds like we probably want to go to Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dugan-
I think Rowan, you are pretty sure Dugan's Hole is this tiny little place that you probably don't really enjoy going all that often. It's kind of unfriendly, like not hostile, but just like not welcoming either. Like it's okay, but it's not where you would want to go for this stuff. Good mead, maybe. East Haven or Bryn Shander or Targos would definitely have it.
Of those, Bryn Shander's the closest.
Yeah, Runchander's the closest. And then from there, we could either swing by East Haven and head towards the other places that we've heard about out east, or
The chasm, the cave, Sky
Yeah.
Tower.
Yeah.
Or Jarlmut and Karkalok, those are also
Yeah,
places.
that's
we
the
could go.
opposite
Yeah.
direction. Yeah, so we have a choice to make: west or east.
I think it'd
Well-
be I think it'd be easier going from Bryn Shander if we head east to East Haven and then east from there. But seeing as
Yes.
most of that would be road travel.
So Bryn Shander, East Haven, Cackling Chasm, Cave of Berserkers.
Yeah.
All right. So,
And then there's also that Lost Fire of Nethril that just
So let's see if we can make it down to the trail today.
yeah. So yeah, I think that. So you guys made. You spent like an hour and a half doing stuff, messing around with the ship. So if you wanted to make, I think you could just make it to the 10 trail if you did like a 10-hour day.
Ugh.
It's only one roll?
that'd be two
Two.
rolls.
Two
right?
rolls.
Two rolls?
2 rolls. I mean, I could handle it, but I'm not the squishiest one here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it either. But
Let's also, by the way, just before you get underway, someone roll a d8 for me.
Whose turn is it?
I think
I'll
it's
roll
mine.
it. Oh, go ahead. Then you go for it.
A 1.
All right. Now roll a d20 for me. Sometimes I do this roll, sometimes I
I'll do it.
A 10.
Okay.
Well, you certainly got her attention.
All right, so you guys are all right, let's see. Yeah, all right. So you guys are making your way down this frozen river. And you're only a couple of hours into your journey when I guess whoever's leading the way, which is probably Rowan, make a perception check with advantage because probably everyone's on the lookout for stuff.
oh yeah,
16.
All right, 16. So you hear something kind of off in the distance to one side of you, which is, you're making your way kind of through these trees along this frozen river. But you hear kind of a couple hundred yards off to one side, like what sounds like a lot of something big thrashing around, and then briefly something that sounds like howling wind of a blizzard, and then kind of crunching like something's knocking trees over, and then it's kind of settled down. But that's something that's about like 100 yards away, through the trees. And so you're seeing kind of like snow like kicked up in that direction.
I hold my hand up for everyone to stop, and I look to Mara and I say, Mara, can you see in that direction? And I point to the direction that I've heard the noises coming from.
Okay. And I will look with my elven eyes that can see 300 feet into the darkness in shades of gray.
Yeah. So you all are being very quiet, I assume, while this is happening? Yeah? Everyone make a stealth check
Yeah.
for me.
Oh dear God.
Olive's
Some
like,
of us
"It's
are
not
nuts."
what I'm good at."
Well, it's a group check. It matters what everyone gets. So we got a 21, a 4, a 19, 21. We got
10.
more successes than failures there. I think you're...
I am
but-
the sneakiest elf! I am so excited!
and you're very glad that everyone is being pretty much quiet, but it seems like it doesn't necessarily matter too much, because what you see is that off through the trees, what you see is an ancient white dragon that seems to be eating something. It's kind of hunkered down in some place where it has knocked a bunch of trees over. It's down, laying on its belly, eating something big.
Wait.
Okay then.
Oh, nice.
That way.
The dragon,
this
we must
the
go very
same-
slow.
Is this the same one we saw previously that flew over our heads?
How
Perhaps
big is
the
this thing? Oh,
It's an ancient dragon, so it's gargantuan.
Nope.
even the
Arve-
Dragonborn is
Arve
noping this
Actress.
one.
Yeah, I think we very quietly nope out of there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mara will even use my fun ability where I can fly for a little bit, Steps of Night.
Okay.
So for 1 minute, I basically am not touching the snow. I am gliding, but at my same walking speed.
Yeah.
Mara's
I
scooping
think
the
in
thing
order
out.
to give this thing a wide berth, you're adding another hour to your planned travel today.
Fine,
Yeah.
absolutely
That is
fine.
fine.
Comfortable. Absolutely.
Time well spent.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I think if you you don't have any other incidents of note, so
I think that
let's
makes up for it.
well. So let's go ahead and make everyone make one Constitution saving throw for. Actually, again, is it a saving throw or just a check? What have we done before?
Save.
Save.
Think
So I think that's fair. So make a Constitution saving throw for the first hour. You're trying to get 11.
Uh-oh.
All right. So if you did not,
Now everyone within 10 feet of me gets a +1 because that's my new ability at 6th level.
Oh, your
+1
aura.
on saving throws.
so Mara,
Aura.
you succeed on that one because you're within Ali's aura, unless
Probably-
you're.
Thank you, new friend.
All right.
I didn't
but-
get. That's the only thing I got at 6th level, but it's a
Yeah.
big one.
All right, but so everyone who got less than 11, you now have 1 level of exhaustion. And if you're going to keep going, let's get one more where it's a DC 12 now.
Of course, I failed myself, which is just hilarious.
I failed that
someone
one.
else,
All right.
but well, I succeeded that one anyway.
Okay.
Got that one thanks to LA.
All
good.
right. So, did anyone fail twice and now have 2?
I failed both.
Okay. So what that means with 2 levels of exhaustion, I think, is that your speed is halved.
But we have come to our campsite at this point.
Yeah.
Because that was only needed
Okay.
2.
I clicked my
No,
constant
because we
machine
added
touch.
an extra hour for
Oh, right.
going around
So
the
now,
dragon.
so now because we have a slow person, that's going to add yet another hour.
Right. Now, the alternative
Or-
was that you were basically wanting to get to the road tonight, and so otherwise you're just making your camp still a little off the road.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we should make our camp here. This is getting too much.
Right. Especially
Okay.
since 1 long rest only removes 1 level of exhaustion.
I will make the tiny hut, and we will be warm and dry and protected.
Thank you very
All
much.
No problem.
All right. So you did not quite make it to the 10 trail, but you're going to go ahead and make your camp, and with the tiny hut, you are all you can set your watches and everything, but nothing else happens overnight tonight.
Okay,
And so you're
so-
able to complete a long rest. Hang on, I need to actually advance our calendar 2 days because I didn't do it for this. The day that we started with here.
Yeah, I think Iggy would have taken Marcher's rest or Marcher's watch so that he could make sure that he got the long
I
rest.
take my watch at the end of the night anyway, so it's fine.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm marking off one Lila food because because he feasted on roulette yesterday. So
All right. So you are currently 10 days away from the next full moon.
oh, that's right. We also wanted to go back to
It is on our list.
yes.
Lonelywood.
Yeah.
Lonely-
Point of order. Got a 22. Rowan got a 22 survival on harvesting bullet hide.
Okay. Sure. You got
Okay.
some bullet hide.
Okay.
I don't mean to be dismissive. I just literally don't have anything in the adventure that says what you can do with bullet hide. I made
I
that
know.
up whole cloth in another campaign. So you're gonna bring it in
I
and someone
figured
will
something-
say, "Yeah, oh sure."
It's something that could be sold.
But so here's what I want to I guess ask you about. I think a reasonable amount of bullet hide leather, like skinning something with heavy leather, like that's going to be heavy. Like it's heavy and bulky. So how are you carrying it?
I think basically get it folded up into a recently folded, rolled up into a recently sized thing, and then just kind of strapped to Wilfred's pack.
Okay. I'm
'Cause-
thinking that this is something that's going to like be weighing like 40 pounds or more.
Yeah. See, I've played Red Dead Redemption, and I know
Well,
that you can't
have-
take a moose hide and just sling it over your shoulder.
Wilfred has almost 100 pounds of carrying capacity.
Yeah, it's just
okay,
big and
that's fine.
awkward. Like I it's fine. You've got a bullet hide on you now. It's great. All right, so let's. Okay, but so now that you've gotten another long rest, those of you who had 2 levels of exhaustion can, everyone can remove 1 level. So if you had 2, you still have 1, but you're going to be good to go here in the
I
morning.
think we should not go for a difficult day of travel if we can avoid it.
So let's get another D8.
I'll
I'll
give
roll.
it one.
A 4.
Okay, so what you know is that from the place where the Ten-Tail crosses the frozen river to Bryn Shander was an 8-hour journey on your way out, but you're starting an hour out from the trail. So you're going to have another 9-hour day if you want to try to get to Bryn Shander tonight.
How many people still have exhaustion?
Just Rowan.
I think it's just me.
But that's going to slow us down. So I
No,
don't.
Well,
no,
no,
no.
I'm at 1, so I
Yeah.
don't have reduced movement speed.
Right. Yeah,
At
so
2
1
levels.
level of exhaustion is just disadvantage on ability checks.
So let's. I think we can push on because we wouldn't, even if Rowan fails again, we wouldn't have the penalty until we actually got to Bryn Shander. So.
Sure. Someone roll a d20 though.
I'll do that one. A 17.
17. Okay. So you guys are making your way towards Bryn Shander. It's towards the end of the day. And actually, I'm gonna. Okay. Sorry, I'm shifting some stuff, moving pieces in the backgrounds. Not gonna do that to you again. Sorry, I'm doing things that are for your own good. I promise.
We trust you.
Uh-oh. That's different.
We trust you.
Well, I hope so. I hope that you are. Yeah. I hope that you believe me when I say that this also is for your own good. So, I'm taking us back to our encounter map here. Are all of you? Let's see. I need to re-add you to the turn tracker thing here. And what is happening is that everyone, Rowan, go ahead and make your advantage perception check.
Righty. Except not advantage because there's a disadvantage.
Oh, right. Yeah. So it's actually it would have just been the first roll. So it would have been advantage, but disadvantage, so
Okay.
canceled because of the
13?
exhaustion. But so 13. Okay. So, let me have this thing do a check. It's not the best at this. So yes. So Rowan, you are able to see a big thing coming at you guys. It's an ice troll, and it looks like it's trying to be sneaky coming at you from behind a big snowdrift, but it's not actually very sneaky. And it is, however, going to come out and attack you guys. So roll initiative, please.
Ooh.
All right. Let's get initiative for the
So good at
ice
initiative.
troll. There we go.
Back to the other one because that dice roll was not good.
All right. Need your initiative there, Iggy.
Yeah, for some reason, my initiative doesn't like to populate.
I mean, you have to have your token clicked when you.
Yeah, I did. It just doesn't like doing that. So.
Okay, I don't believe
well.
you.
It's not a big deal. It's just whatever.
All right. What is your your dex? I was going to say what is your dex, Rowan, to break the tie, but I definitely know it's higher than this ice trolls. All right, Wilfred. Okay. If you'll allow me, Rowan, I would like to offer that when you see this thing, you go troll and tundra.
Got an ice troll!
Yeah.
What you want to do?
Yeah. So, Wilfred, yeah, sure enough, you turn in that direction, and then lumbering in your direction is this a big 10-foot tall lumbering ice troll headed your way, going, ah! So, it's your turn.
Right. Well, That's an ugly one.
Yeah.
Gonna take a step forward, shield up, and attack it. Ready to attack if it comes near.
Okay. All right. So that makes it Ale, your turn.
Okay. So first I will cast Hunter's Mark on it for fun and profit, and I will move up 5 feet and ready in action when it comes showing up. Unless we get lucky with an entangling strike, I don't think we can get lucky twice in a night with that. But ready to strike when this thing comes barreling down at us.
All right.
Don't let us down, Rowan.
Rowan, you're up.
Yeah. So I don't like big 10-foot tall things that want to smash my face in. So that's definitely going to be a cast of. But I'm actually going to cast Ensnaring Strike at 2nd level. So if it hits, it will potentially take 2d6.
All right.
Let's
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Let's see how this works. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit.
A 21.
21 does hit.
All right. So it'd have to make a DC 14
Okay.
strength check.
It gets a 23.
Woo! Yeah, it makes it.
Yeah, big boy.
It actually has the same strength score as the Boulette did. It's just that the Boulette rolled like crap.
it's just not. It's incompetent.
Yeah. All right. So that's so it is not restrained, but it would still take your arrow damage.
So that'd be 8 plus 1. Ah! 2 points.
All right. That can't be right. Your arrow isn't gonna.
I rolled it does a D8 and I rolled a 1.
All right. Okay. So, it you give it a new part in its mane. All right. It is now the ice troll's turn, and just by arbitrary randoms, I just kind of dropped it on a random spot, which fair is fair. However, it has a movement speed of 30, which means it can't quite get up to you guys on its regular movement. So it is going to go ahead and dash, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, sure, why not? It's what it can't. What else is it gonna do, right? I mean, it's coming in to attack you. It's not
Ready to
gonna,
attack.
Going ahead and moving the 5 feet one closer to you. Oh, you know what? I take it back. Yeah, what it does is it runs here and it readies an attack in case one of you comes close to it. Not that you guys know that.
At the risk of betraying my friends, how big is its reach?
Yeah. Let me double check that.
Thanks a lot, no bills.
No, it is just 5 feet.
No. You see, I'm also the game master for a game that Christiana's in, so we have to.
Yeah,
Game masters have to stick together.
This one is just 5 feet, but it does nonetheless still do this. It does not use its dash. It's a little bit savvier than that. It's basically sees you guys preparing, knows that it doesn't get a surprise attack anymore, so it's preparing for a fight. All right, Marcher.
I'm gonna see whether this thing is immune to cold damage without spending a huge amount of power. So I'm gonna throw a ray of frost at it.
Okay.
But only got a 10 to hit.
Okay. 10 does not hit.
Nope.
All right. That would make it Mara's turn.
I will move a little closer. I will move here. And I will say sneaking is not very nice, and I will cast a
Sacred Flame?
Sacred Flame?
Thank you.
All right.
My brain was not working. My brain was not working.
It got a natural 20 for a total of 19.
Well, shit. I am a healer. What do you want me to do?
Patch us up after it wrecks Wilford and me. That's what.
But I still yelled at it, and I was very forceful.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So that's Mara's turn.
That is all I can do.
Yep. Iggy, your turn. Oh, incidentally, one thing that I just didn't mention that I'll go ahead and mention now is that as the troll charged forward, you all see that the minor wound that Rowan gave it heals up.
Yeah. Trolls.
Yeah.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah.
We need DPS.
We need DPS, and we also need fire.
I'm the wrong kind of dragon board for that,
Well,
guys.
And also,
Same
but it's
here.
also one of those like, do your characters know that? Anyway, so Iggy, your turn.
Back up to here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast
Okay.
2 times.
All right.
So first one,
One time 9. No,
nope. And the other time is a 15.
it is not enough. You hit it on a particularly tough piece of hide, and it just shrugs it off.
Alright.
Ah! No, that was too similar to the bullet noise. So this is
Push the bottom lip forward because they have the big tusks.
This is World of Warcraft. They would talk with a Islander accent.
All right. So that was Iggy's turn. Lila, would you think Lila would charge in or no? I mean, it seems like-
I would want to hold her back. Do you want me
Yeah.
to make another animal handling check?
No, I think that's kind of what you've been sort of training him to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that makes sense.
He goes in once things are mixed up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Wilfred, one of the things that you realize as it approached you, not that it does anything on your turn here, but you realize as soon as it started getting close to you, you could almost feel it radiating cold at you.
Oh, that's not.
This isn't gonna be pleasant. And Wilfred's going to step forward.
Mhm.
Obviously, you can trigger the attack.
Yeah. All right.
But you're within 5 feet of
Ale, so-
Ale, so you can
You
can
get the reaction to impose disadvantage on one of the
Yep.
attacks.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, no. Do you have to be within 5 feet? Yeah. Okay. I guess within 5 feet of the person who's being attacked, right? I guess
Correct.
that makes sense. I'm just thinking about it does the arrangement of this doesn't seem very clear why that would make sense, but that's what the rules say. So, nonetheless, so with disadvantage, the attack would be a 14.
That's a miss.
All right.
Does anything happen with the cold as I step
Nope.
closer?
Nope.
Not yet?
No.
Very well. Gonna swing away
All right.
for 13, which I'm sure misses.
That's correct. It evades you.
How about a 24?
A 24 will hit.
Okay. Well, and that'll be 7 damage. And I'm going to go ahead and do Action Surge.
All right.
Because why not?
Mhm.
So that's an 11, which misses.
Mhm.
And a 22.
22 will hit.
For another 7 damage.
All right. Yeah, you get a couple of hits in. You know, you're swinging your mace, and you're just kind of catching it on its big elbows or a forearm as it's trying to ward off your blows.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
It is what they all say. What about Ale? What does Ale say?
Ally says first, Ally is going to channel Divinity Vow of Enmity on this thing since it's within 10 feet of me, so I will gain advantage on attack rolls against it for 1 minute until it drops, or until it drops to 0 hit points or falls unconscious.
Great.
So that's a bonus action. So I have a move, so I will move here, and then I'm going to join my friend Wilfred here in try to trap the troll.
Great. Do it.
Okay, so that's a 15 for the
A
first
15
attack.
does not hit.
And let's give for attack number 2. Attack number 2 is a 16.
Does hit. 16 just hits.
Okay, and that's also it's so 7 slashing plus 1 from the Hunter's Mark for a total of 8 damage.
All right. You did it.
I did it.
Yeah. All right. Rowan, your turn.
Okay, this is a sticky situation, so I think I'm going to try to blow out some damage here. I'm going to use 2 of my poison arrows, as well as another bonus action to cast. Oh wait, yeah, because he did. So I did hit him that time. So yeah, so I have to cast it again at first level.
Okay.
Ensnaring strike. So let's see if I hit. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
24 will hit. Yeah.
And for the second one, that's a 10.
10 won't hit.
All right, so it has to make a
Another strength saving throw.
yes, and it also has to take make the Constitution save.
For what are
Poison.
Wyvern poison.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, so the strength was 13. What did it need?
So it is restrained
Nice.
because my DC is 14.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And then
Does
And
it
then
also take damage right now from the spikes, or that on its turn?
yes,
Well, you have to roll damage for your arrow still too.
yeah, I have to roll damage from my arrow. It takes it from the ensnaring strike.
Wow, it rolled crazy low on. It rolled a 2 for a total of 8 on its Constitution saving throw. So that's
Okay,
So I'll
roll that damage.
Yeah, so that's 7d6.
Well,
Wasted 1, but this one will hit hard, hopefully. Whew! 31 points of damage.
Poison
Okay,
damage.
that's just for the poison, right?
That's
Or-
just the
That's
poison.
just the poison.
All right. So go ahead and do the rest of the arrow damage.
Yep. So then that's a d8 plus 1. So that 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then
The ensnaring strike does some damage too.
and then a
Right?
d6 would be 3. So in total with the poison plus, so it'd be 31 for poison, 8 for my arrow, and 3 for the ensnaring strike.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
So
42 damage total.
yeah.
I'm glad you're on our side.
Yeah.
Hey, I can listen. Those I only have technically, if I applied the second vial of poison, I would get another 4 arrows. So right now I've only have 6 left.
All
I've been
right. So
saving those.
yeah. So it that hit seemed to really like the hit initially. The arrow hitting it didn't seem all that severe, but then you see it suddenly just like its arm where the above that shoulder just starts like seizing and going stiff, and it's like snarling. Ugh! Ugh! It seems very unhappy. But then on its turn, it seems to rally a little bit, and it gains some hit points back. Not as many as it had lost, but it gains some back. Also, at the start of its turn, let's see. Aule and Wilfred will both take 17 cold damage. Aule, obviously, is resistant, so it would take just 8.
Still don't like that
Yeah.
damage.
And then it's going to use its. Actually, I think that it's not even going to try to break through the vines because it's got you guys right there. So it will be at disadvantage with its attacks, but it's Wilfred's right there, so I think it's going to just do its full round of attacks against Wilfred at disadvantage. So that's an 18 to hit for the bite.
Yes.
Hmm?
Miss.
Okay, what is your AC
18,
right now?
19.
Hmm?
19.
19. Okay.
Wilfred's even more of a tank than I am.
An 11 with the first claw, and then another 11. Ugh. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it doesn't. It doesn't manage to land any attacks with that.
And 2 points from the vines, which it will more than likely fix next round. because-
Well, after that, all that poison, it's got a lot of healing to do.
Yeah. Oops. All right. So that's its turn.
My turn.
Yes.
I will give Lilla the go ahead to attack, and which he will do on his turn, and I am going to use a bonus action to cast a quickened True Strike.
Well, doesn't restrain already give
Oh yeah, it
advantage?
already gives advantage. That's right. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it gives advantage.
So yeah, I'm just going to try out this laser rifle.
All right.
I don't have a great to hit, but who knows, right?
Yeah.
A 6 and a 9. Nope.
Nope.
It goes wide.
You know, I think you're still sort of figuring it out, and like, you know, a couple goes wide. You know, Wilfred turns around with just like a black scorch mark, just a little bit on the top of his hood. You know.
Really?
I was looking at the wrong bit. I was supposed to be looking at that bit. I was looking at this bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gun sight is designed for something with compound eyes.
Like a lion.
Treat it like a crossbow when you aim.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that was Marcher. Mara.
I am going to move to here. I am going to hold my moon symbol that is on my neck, and I will whisper words that I have not come up with yet, but I will make it up at some point, and cast Spirit Guardians,
Okay.
which creates a Spirit Guardians of little shooting stars just whipping around me for a 15-foot diameter, which
Alright.
should get the ice troll from where I'm at now.
Yes, I'm just pulling up that spell because it's got some weird rules.
Diameter or radius?
It says radius.
Okay.
Yeah. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet. Yeah. So,
What?
in fact, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just right. That yellow circle is actually, I don't know if you
So
guys
it
see
needs
that,
to
but-
make a wisdom save now, and every time it starts its turn in the zone, it has to make another wisdom save.
Okay. So trolls not known for their wisdom. 5.
Yes, so he takes 3d8 damage,
Yowza.
so
Wow. there you
15.
go. All right. Yeah. Takes 15 damage.
And I will stand there and be very happy with my little shooting stars all around me.
So one of the notes of that spell, though, is that it takes radiant damage if you're good and necrotic damage if you're evil. Do you want to comment on what everyone would see?
They would see that it is radiant damage.
All right.
So when the stars hit the troll, it lights up on his skin and kind of burns a little.
In my
You
mind,
fire stars at enemies. That's very cool.
in my mind, I'm seeing the final fight in The Last Dragon where Leroy's fighting Shonuff, and they're using the glow on each other, and it's like every time they hit, there's just sparks flying.
Yes. it is kind of like that. I think I've never seen this movie, so I don't know.
The delightful movie.
Think Magic Girl anime transformation circumstance, but I've already done. I have clothes on. And
Okay. So,
moving on.
moving on. Iggy, it's your turn. You're muted. We don't hear you, Lee.
You're muted, Lee.
Okay, let's try that again. I have fulfilled the stream's quota of people being muted.
No, you can't say that. It resets the quota.
Yeah.
It'll just be me again. All right, so since it's restrained, I'm going to skip the Eldritch Blast and go with Create Bonfire.
Okay.
Ah, yes, good choice.
So it needs to make a Dex 14 save.
Where are you putting it?
I am putting it right under its big hairy feet.
Okay, but which square?
Let's
All right.
put it right there.
All right. It's going to have disadvantage on its dexterity save because it's restrained. 7.
Okay, so since it failed, it's going to take 2d8 fire damage,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be a solid 10.
Okay. I'm groaning just a little bit because that was actually the first time you had given it some fire damage, so it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess. Oh. All right. Okay. So that is Iggy's turn. And
Lilith's turn.
Lilith's turn.
Okay, Lila is a little taken aback by the fire, so I'm thinking either
Yeah.
it's going. Lila is either going to leap over Ali's head to attack from over here, or might shy off. If you want me to make an animal handling check.
That's a little complicated. Yeah. Let's have you make a check.
19.
There you go. Yeah. Consistent. Lila
Yeah.
just does what
so
you want.
Lila leaps over Ale and dives down at the.
I'm now in a circus act.
Man, you'll be riding this out.
Lila
no
is
time
both
soon.
the dog and the pony.
Woot.
Here is the beak attack. It's a 16. It does 8 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And the
hits.
claws are 15. I don't think either of those hit.
The 16 hits, but the
Okay,
the 15
that's so
does
8
not.
piercing for the beak.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty wounded at this point. All right, Wilfred.
Okay. Well, we're having all sorts of fun now.
Mm-hmm.
Warhammer. At advantage because of restrained.
Yeah.
To make it a 24
Mm-hmm.
for 10 damage.
All right.
Second attack. For a 23
Yeah.
for 6.
All right. How in the world did you guys manage to do ensnaring strike on 2 strong enemies?
The dice
Just
are
mess
in
them
our
all up.
favor.
Yeah.
All right.
The Ostrogali love us today.
Honestly, if this thing had been smart, it would have tried to break free instead of, because now it has a whole nother round of being at disadvantage for everything.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that was Wilfred's turn. Allie?
Well, we just keep walking up to it.
Well, I mean, you're getting advantage on your attacks. Why wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, but it's like, well, I was gonna go to them, but well,
Ali's going to mimic Wilfred and take the sword and try to chop it into little bitty bits.
Well,
Oh, it's like advantage.
Yep.
So 21.
that'll hit.
That'll hit. I'm going to spend the spell slot and add Divine Smite to this one.
Okay.
So there's that. Where's my Divine Smite? There's that. And don't forget the hunter's mark. So that's 27 points of damage.
You kill it.
Feel. Yes! I chop off its head.
Yay!
It falls into the bonfire that Iggy has set up for and burns.
Yes.
Yes!
Didn't know Hunter's Mark added more damage. That's dope.
Yep. All right.
Ah,
So I'm going to go ahead and move you to the Bryn Shander map, but I need everyone to make your Constitution saving throw
Don't forget, you get a
for
plus one.
Your 11.
Yep.
Of course, I failed mine. I support others. I can't do it myself. That figures.
10. That's not enough, is it?
No, you needed 11.
Lila just makes it with my aid.
Wilfred is good.
All right.
23.
Ig's good at 2.
I partied
Mara
too much
is
after.
not.
Oh no.
I partied too much after chopping the troll's head off.
All right. So, you guys are you've made it to Bryn Shander, but some of you are feeling pretty rough, not feeling very good. You know, just exhausted from a couple of long days on the road. But where are you headed? Also, question: are you just bringing Lila in to walk down the road of Bryn Shander? Or
I'm gonna check Lila's. Like, how does Lila feel about this? Is he?
well, you brought Lila briefly in when you were in towards the north gate, but you didn't take him into any buildings, but in through the
right.
wall.
So I think we would head to the north look.
Mhm.
Let people give us a wide berth, and I'll be there to calm him down.
Yeah.
So
A well-behaved owlbear in the company of an obvious team of adventurers is, people
noteworthy, but
aren't
not
keen
they're
to
not going to
approach,
call out
but,
the guard.
Yeah, exactly.
Wilfred would like to stop by Black Iron Blades.
Okay.
Yeah, Ig is also going to stop there.
Black Iron Blades is not where they would have the incense you need, but you could get it at the House of the Morning Lord.
Yeah.
And
Well, then I'll split off from the group and head to
Okay.
the House of the Morning Lord.
All right. I don't know how much you guys want to role play interactions there, or if you're just all exhausted and want to just get your stuff and go to bed.
Some of us are literally
Yeah.
exhausted.
Rowan's going to.
Wilfred is actually not exhausted at all.
Okay, sure.
Wilfred always wants to
So,
chat.
Wilfred heads into Black Iron Blades, and the dwarf behind the counter says, "Oh, I know you! You're the lot that helped us with the iron."
Yes, I am. Question: would you be interested in some boulette hide? I hear that it can make some pretty good leather.
Well, I'd have to see if it's a well-preserved hide.
Well, I mean, it was mainly preserved by the cold, and Wilfred will kind of. Yeah.
Well, what he means more is like, did you manage to get it off the boulette without it being full of 50 holes?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wilfred
How
will.
how well was it cut?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilfred will kind of peel it away from his bag, where it's.
I think it's essentially it's like a 40-pound hunk of frozen leather. Like it'll have to thaw before he'll even be able to unfold it and check it out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at least get it, off the pack and onto the counter or whatever, where it can.
All right.
And just,
Well, hang on. So let's see. What I'm trying to decide what's a fair price for this. I am forever. When I try to search something on D&D Beyond, I accidentally put it in the browser search bar, and then it takes me away from D&D Beyond. Just leather armor, please.
Okay, I would suggest that a square yard of canvas is worth 1 silver piece.
Okay.
So, and this is if he's got 40 pounds worth, and just like
I mean,
if it were me, I'd say a gold piece.
okay.
Because it's a raw material. It's not even finished.
Well, but I mean, it's also better than canvas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's an exotic animal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so maybe 5 GP or 10.
Yeah, I was actually going to say 10 because what I was envisioning in my head is that if he could make 4 sets of leather armor with it, leather armor costs 10 golds each. And so you know, but this is fancy leather armor, you know, fancy leather, so I was going to say 10 gold.
Okay.
I can do 10 gold for you.
Well, hey, sounds like it'd be good. We had a yeah. Actually, this thing came this close to ambushing us while we were breaking camp for the morning. Like,
Oh, do tell.
yeah, we were investigating a strange ship that was wrecked out by the spine, and it and
Wait, does this have anything to do with that great fireball that erupted in the mountains?
I was wondering if that could be seen from around here. Yes,
yeah.
actually, that was the end result of us making sure nothing could use that ship for harm.
So,
And some nasty stuff on it.
before you continue, I just want to, I guess, get a feeling from you if you're aware that the boulette is not the interesting part of that story. No, I want to hear the story. I'm just trying to get a sense of your sense of what's the. Because you kind of buried the lead a little, is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah. So, do you tell him the whole story?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell him.
All right.
Yeah. It's like saying, "Oh yeah, on my way home from the bank robbery, I found this great dog."
Well, that depends on if you've got the dog and if it's cute.
True. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I tell him the story and just not like big showy, but
Oh yeah, he's
Factual.
like you've got a crowd around you by the time you finish. Like I don't want to say like 50 people, but like all the people who are also at the store, you get like a half dozen people or hanging on your every word.
oh. Yeah.
I will say that I think that they're well, make a performance check telling the story.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting. 17.
Okay, yeah. People are pretty impressed.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. So while you're doing that, do you? I would say go ahead and see to any other business that you wanted to do there at Black Iron Blades. Were you gonna buy anything else, or you just wanted to sell the bullet leather?
I just want to sell that.
All right, great. So meanwhile, Iggy is headed to the house of the Morning Lord.
Yep.
And once again, you meet the cleric there, whose name I will have for you in a moment.
Can I go with Iggy?
Sure.
Yeah. You're
So-
you're of
Yeah,
course
you're supposed to
welcome
get to
come.
know all of us, so yeah.
Yeah. So as you are within this gigantic walled city that's, enormous by the standards of anything else you've seen here in Icewind Dale, it's got, well over 1,000 people who live here probably, which is crazy, right? And in any event, it's the big walls and leading you through the city, and leads you to this place that's it's a modest converted house, but it's been decorated with symbols of the sun. You can make a religion check if you like. Looks like a 17.
That is what it looks like.
All right, yeah. So with the 17, you recognize that this is a shrine of Aminator, who is a god of the sun, which you would certainly recognize as being, the, in the same sort of like family as the goddess of the moon. It's like this related. Although you can imagine that in a place like this that has been cursed in order to not have the sun rise above the horizon, that's a hard row to hoe for a priest of the sun god. Yeah.
I will not say anything, even though my moon emblem is on my chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But in any event, leading you inside, there is a retired human adventurer named Mishan, who's a human woman who runs the shrine and recognizes Iggy, welcomes Iggy back, and has for sale the incense that you wanted. And
I would also be looking for feldspar or moon seeds.
I'll introduce Mara to.
So feldspar is a mineral, and then moon seeds are just like a seed from various moonflowers.
Okay. I'm just trying to think. I guess I don't know anything about moon seeds, so I'm trying to think if that's something that they would have or not.
If they have like dried plants, they'd probably have it.
How about this? Make roll a d20.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, they have some. They
Fantastic.
have. They say they have. Sure, why not? They have some feldspar that someone paid with and donated for the shrine.
Okay.
So
just tell me how much for this?
well, how much are you getting? I'm assuming these are material components for spells or something, right?
Yeah. Like the feldspar, I could probably use a couple times before it gets used up.
Okay.
But, so.
Also, not particularly valuable mineral.
Yeah.
Maybe I have 5 gold to my person. So
Let's say 2 gold for moon seeds and feldspar.
okay,
And it's enough that you can use whatever you need it for a long time.
great.
All
Now
right.
I can cast Moonbeam. Yay!
But she, as Mishan, greets you, and just says, "Do I detect a touch of the divine to you as well?
Yes,
Might I ask whom you serve?"
Selune.
Ah, yes. I wish
She is
you.
the counterpart to your to your god, I think.
Well, sort of. She says, and you can definitely see a. Well, make an insight check, I guess.
I am good at this.
Yeah.
I am very good at
Oh, yeah.
this.
So what you detect with the insight is, in their opinion, they're not that the same. However, she doesn't want to offend you out of sincere gentleness, and so she is going to, in her mind, politely overlook how wrong the thing you said was, in her opinion. So
and I will politely not say anything else.
yeah. So I think that there might be an element of, you both kind of realize we both know what's happening here. That from a religious perspective, we are not simpatico, but that's okay because we can still be civil and it's fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I wish you a pleasant day.
All right. So
I'd say, hi. Someone I thought of. Is there a place I can find ink and paper for ritual scribing?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can get pretty much whatever you need. There's not a special store that's the only place you can buy ink and paper.
Okay. I'm just going to make myself poor-ish for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think ink and paper is like, that's going to be,
Well,
it's not going to
it's-
be anything complicated. Like, I'm sure it's in the,
It's special ink and paper.
okay, well, fine, okay, but that's going to cost what it says it costs, right?
Okay.
Right?
Fine.
It-
I would assume so.
Okay, well,
I
I'm
need-
saying that your thing that says what you need it for says how much it costs for what you
Yes.
need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it costs that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, is that it's like, it's not that it's special as much as, like, you know the kind you need to get, and it tells you how much it costs, so that's what you pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So, got incense, got feldspar and moon seeds on the way back to the North Look.
Well,
I guess.
that's where I guess sounds like most of you are planning to stay, but are Marcher and Lila gonna do the outside in a little grove nearby thing again?
Yep.
All right.
That just don't want to scare too many people, but
Sure.
not going to go outside the gates either.
So I think as you make your way to the North Look, Wilfred, once again, as you head in to this place, this tavern, there's a lot of people talking about various things, including the big fireball that everyone saw in the mountains. But you, once again, it catches your eye. Old Bitey.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mara hasn't seen Old Bitey.
Yeah. So,
Yes, Mara hasn't met Old Bitey yet.
Yeah, so as you enter this tavern, where it is a rowdy place that is frequented by mercenaries and adventurers, it's they've got fish stew on the in a big pot, and they're serving ale, and people are gossiping left and right, and on the wall is this gigantic knucklehead trout mounted on a wall with a little plaque that says Old Bitey.
Why did they keep a fish on the wall?
It's a trophy.
It's a trophy.
What is a trophy?
When you do something big, it's a sign of having captured something big or killed something big. Kind of like Wilfred's bullet hide, except a whole fish instead, because it's a particularly large fish.
It seems very impractical.
It's decoration,
Okay.
but I would not get too close to it.
Okay. I don't want to anyway. I feel like it might smell.
All of a
It's
sudden,
preserved.
it kind of turns away from the plaque a little bit and starts to sing, "There's a place I like to go, farther up the river's flow. Where it is I do not know, must be under all that snow."
Oh, I forgot to mention, it's enchanted and it sings.
And if you try and touch it, it will kill you.
I don't want to touch it.
That's good.
People up here in the cold need to find diversions, and so sometimes they make things like this.
There are many other diversions. There is music, there are games. I mean, you see, they are playing games. This is very strange.
Do you like music, Mara?
Yes, I like music. It is
like-
one of the things that you have here that we did not have in Shadowfell.
I play the drum.
I play the flute, and I pull out my panpipes.
I'm gonna pull out the drums.
Oh, no, I think I need to go check on Lilith.
We should work on something together, but not here, not in front
No,
of people.
no,
we do
we-
this later when it
Later.
is quiet.
I'm exhausted anyway.
And me too. You are very amiable. I like this. You are a very good friend.
Thank you.
All right, so is everyone pretty much hitting the sack instead of staying up getting drunk to all hours?
Yeah, with
Yes.
the level of exhaustion, yeah.
Yeah.
You are muted, Jason.
Yeah, Rowan's already in bed. Like,
Yeah.
Rowan,
Did
Wow.
not even
Rowan
wait for everybody
levels
else.
his exhaustion. He was going to play with the laser rifles, but was like, no.
No.
All
He's gonna
right.
play with sleep.
And I think Iggy is gonna use the extra time to try to summon Piccolo back.
Okay, you are able to do so. Piccolo appears, and as he poofs back into existence, he seems delighted to see you, and he kind of nuzzles against your neck and shoulder, and then from your sword you hear, "Try not to lose him this time."
Are we all sleeping in the same room, or are we getting separate rooms?
I don't nickel and dime with the staying at the
Okay.
inn, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, you can decide for flavor, like, are you staying in the same room or whatever, but don't worry about, like, the money of it.
Okay. Well, it's more. Mara doesn't know about social norms. She stands really close to all of her party members, but if she's really interested in something else, if like somebody's got something interesting on, she will get in their personal space, be like, "Oh, that is so pretty."
All right, so you are able to get another long rest and remove one level of exhaustion. However many you have, you can remove one.
And part of the evening will be spent making people, for Wilfred, making people wonder what is going on, because Wilfred is going to stand just outside of the range of biting distance of old Bitey, and consider it.
Okay.
But not actually do anything.
Okay. All right, so in the morning, everyone probably feels good. It feels nice to have slept in a bed for once in a while. And
without bullets or trolls coming
Yeah,
after us. Yeah.
So where to now? Are we going to go to the that crag place?
I think the cackling chasm would be the.
Yeah.
From
that
East
is what
Haven,
you mentioned previously.
Yeah, from East Haven, the Cackling Chasm is the closest target. I mean, what? I mean, Ali's not quite articulate enough to suggest, but the player suggests we do a circuit of Cackling Chasm, Cave of Berserker, Sky Tower, Shelter, maybe the Crag, and then maybe even go back to the Spire. But events might overtake us before we get that far. But I'm thinking a counterclockwise loop on.
Yes, the cackling chasm seems like a good place to go.
What is it you are
And it
trying
would
to
be
do
a
at
good-
these locations?
Would be good to see back home.
Right. So, refresh our memory, OGM. What's that? I know one of these is. Tied
It was
with
that
Marcher.
was the fish hook that was stolen by the Knolls. Was tracked to an icy rift,
Yeah.
but they
the
couldn't.
magical fish hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shelter is, I believe, yours, Marcher?
Yes,
Wait,
that's
that's
Skytower
where
Shelter is my home.
And the Cave of the Berserkers is.
That was a place that Oyar Minotaur told you about.
Oh,
saying
right. Yes.
Something to deal with on your way.
Right. The where
Reged
The werebear told
nomads
us
who
about
had
that.
been driven mad by strange weapons they found.
yeah.
So
And then the Spire had magical stuff and maybe has Chardolin in it, which I know interests Wilfred in particular.
Well, and specifically, that was the place that the wizard you all saw burned at the stake in East Haven. That was.
Led the
place.
adventurers to their doom, right?
Yeah.
while we're here in Brunshander, I have a gem worth 50 gold,
Okay.
and I want to get cash for that while I'm here.
Sure.
I thought we all did that in Lonelywood because of the lady. with the secret past who slaughtered a bunch of wolves in a bar.
Well, I mean, you could have done that. Maybe some people did. He has more that he wants to do.
Everybody gets 3 silver, by the way.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, so-
Do I know where the ancient city I'm supposed to be looking for is,
No.
or not yet?
You don't know yet.
Okay.
Ancient city, you say?
I mean, do you tell everybody about that, or
No.
okay?
You've mentioned very, very vaguely to me you have a mission.
To
but
you
that's-
and you only.
No, I don't know enough to babble to anybody else anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
You're the only one who wanted to know about how I found my goddess. So
Of course I do. I'm a paladin.
So,
know.
okay. So
No,
that, with
nobody
that
else
errand
knows
handled,
actually
I
why
think we should be on
I'm
our way.
up here.
And mine is, I mean, there's a strand that's not come up at all. but we'll see if
as
that
far
does.
as Mara is concerned, you all have been lifelong friends, and she's just jumping into this friendship, and it's cool.
I'm going to buy another slab of meat for Lilla while we're here.
Sounds good. All right. So you got 7.5 hours on the east way to get to East Haven.
Nice.
Getting on the road. Anything else you're doing at Bryn Shander before you head over there?
Not I.
Oh, do we know what the progress is on the magical device? Or have they made any progress?
I mean, you could go check, but I think that you know, you
Iggy
wouldn't-
might have
it's-
found
It's
that one.
only
Iggy
been a
might-
few days.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
It's probably not worth our time.
not right now.
Yeah, you didn't get the impression when you dropped that stuff off that they were planning to have a working device imminently, especially given that you pointed out how potentially dangerous that would be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on several levels.
Yep.
Well, at least they know what to do to make it not explode in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, heading to East Haven?
Yeah.
You have a relatively easy day on the road, meaning it's long, but it's nice having the road to travel on. You know, it's in civilization, so you're not quite as beset by the challenges of the wilderness.
Does Mara and Ale do some flute and drum playing?
Yeah.
Only around the campfire.
Only on the campfire.
Oh,
Well, we stop for lunch. Pull out the drum set.
Yeah.
Hey, don't mock the drums. It saved your life. Remember?
oh yeah.
All right. So,
It sounds almost like Jethro Tull, but not right. Not quite yet.
well, I don't think you would have a campfire at all when you're on the road, and then you're going to
No.
get into town. And so, by comparison to Bryn Shander, East Haven is much smaller. It doesn't have a big wall around it, but it's nonetheless pretty big, and it's on the lake's coast, but the lake is entirely frozen at the coast. The ice is there's unfrozen lake further in, but it's completely frozen over at the coast here. And so I would imagine everyone's headed to the White Lady Inn.
Yep.
Yep.
And I would like to check in on our friend and see if she received the copy of those blueprints.
Okay, yeah, so the Wet Trout is where you've talked to her in the past. As you are making your way in here to, drop your stuff off, like at the White Lady Inn. This is a musty old inn. The window has been the window that broke has been repaired, and you don't see. This is in the evening, and you don't see the halfling Ronaldo currently. He's not at the inn right now, or at least not in the common room hanging out. But the innkeep is, he's happy to see you all again.
In a real way, Mara, this is where we came together as a party. The rest of us.
What
Yeah, this place. Here.
you mean? Like, how long have you all been together? I thought that you were all like friends for a long time.
Few weeks.
2 weeks. Wilfred and I were guided by Rowan into Ten
Ten
Towns
Towns.
from further south. Marchers from the mountains. Iggy, as you know, crashed in the spaceship, and we kind of
Specifically,
all
it
came
has,
together.
it has been 25 days.
25 days,
So almost
a month.
Almost a month.
And in such a small time, you all.
Saving each other's lives will do that to you know.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I think I can see that.
And actually, it's also at this that the name of our group originated.
Yes.
group has a name?
But we will not
It's,
say why.
oh,
We're
yeah.
not going to say the original name because
No.
that
We're
gets in
called the
trouble.
Seekers.
Oh,
Yes, you're a member of the Seekers now, Mara.
yes. There are so many things to keep track of. It is a little difficult.
Yeah. Just say, well, we actually
So-
came together at a séance.
In this,
This place.
Speaking of which, is our spiritualist still here?
yes.
Well, I was just saying the halfling Ronaldo was not at the. Are you like asking the innkeep where he is? Because he's not
Yeah.
like, in the common room. And yeah, so he says, yeah, he's still around, still doing his thing. His hustle's a little bit modified now.
I would imagine so.
No
What does he-
more, no more windows bursting out. No more visits from the white lady.
Oh, not so far.
Good.
Good.
What does he
Once
do
is
now?
enough.
Well, now he tells the story of the actual encounter that he actually really had.
Hey, at least it's honest.
That's an advantage. Yeah, that's an improvement.
Hey, we should get a cut of that. What's wrong with that?
No.
Well, you can take that
The
up with him.
story is in the telling. Just it's not. Yeah, it's.
To hear him
We
tell
don't
it,
want to
though,
start getting into intellectual property. That way lies madness.
Yeah. And lawyers.
Yes, we don't want that.
Maybe I could,
They're worse
maybe I
than the
could provide
frost.
him another story to tell. This one true, even if it's hard to believe.
Well,
the
weren't we
innkeep
going to go to
gives
the
you an
wet trout to
expression
check
that.
on our friend?
Yes.
Okay. So you head to the Wet Trout, and this is a tavern. It's basically where all of the people who don't have anything else to do in the evenings go to drink beer.
It's the pub.
Yeah. There's a great chimney squarely in the building's center, hearths on either side to warm the tavern's two common rooms. The tavern's owner and proprietor is Numetra Miskin, a white dragonborn. You do not see Danica at her table. There's other people there, but as soon as you come in, Numetra waves you over and says, that she has a letter that researcher lady left for you.
Oh,
Oh, well,
Excellent.
Oh.
Okay.
we were coming to check on her.
So the letter basically says that she was contacted by a gnome named Copper, and he had some very interesting ideas regarding some blueprints that he had, and she has gone with him to Targos to follow up on a book that they think will be helpful in their research.
You said
Targos.
Target.
Targos.
No, Targos. It's worse. It's
Yeah, it
Targos.
is. Oh, great. We're going
Oh.
to eventually have to go into Targos.
No. Oh no.
No, I don't want to deal with those people.
Okay.
What is in Targos?
A criminal organization known as the Zentarum
That stole from us.
that stole from us and steal from other people. They are no good, bad.
They stole from this town.
Oh,
This is what they do. Throughout the realms, not even here. Throughout the realms, they are known for their perfidy.
Yes, and because of reasons of not wanting to cause turmoil amongst 10 towns, especially since we've heard rumors that they might potentially be amongst the guard of Targos, not just a hidden organization, but they've infiltrated law enforcement. We've set that aside for later.
Yeah. Though, I mean, we are a fair amount stronger uh, since we heard about it.
The Zentarum will get their due, but maybe not.
Yes.
Not yet.
We need
Okay.
to figure out how to break this Everwinter. Then we'll deal with the Zentarum. Unless we have to go check on our friend and our magical device.
So that the fact that our friend is gone to Targos is a little dispiriting because we can't go visit our friend and see how things are going without jumping into that maw.
Yeah, I also hope that no one finds out what they're trying to make because
It's because the Zentarum will take it from them. Yes.
or at least, or maybe capture them and make them build it for them.
Yeah, but if that happens, one of two things is probably going to happen, and that is that the Frostmaiden would continue to target Targos, because if they're just continually using these things over and over and over again, but it also might negatively impact the population because
it's
it
the
will
innocent,
be targeted.
it's the innocence being targeted by the Frostmaiden, which chills my blood, and I'm sworn to protect such innocence from such devastation. So yeah, if they start playing around and drawing the Frostmaiden's ire, I'm going to have to go to Targos. With or without you guys.
We're going with you.
Wilfred kind of plays with the copper wire he uses for the message spell and says, if only I could use this to contact them. I know there's magic to speak to people very far away, but
I don't
Mara?
know anything of that.
do you know anything like that?
I do, but I would have to prepare and meditate to understand it a little better. But you speak of a spell that we call sending.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. So I know of this spell. I do not have it prepared, but I can.
Well, I mean,
I can prepare it for tomorrow after we rest.
huh?
Don't you have to have personally met the person you're sending it to?
I've seen it ruled that if you have their name and know what they look like, that would be sufficient. I think the
Yes.
spell says a person with which you are familiar.
Yes.
Okay.
And I
You
may,
had
with this helmet, I may be able to show her what our friend looks like.
Uh,
Are you
I
still
don't-
wearing the helmet?
Yeah, I didn't take it off.
Wow.
So now we've got a ranger with a pompadour. Well, at least you don't look like yourself.
A slimy pompadour.
But it does look kind of cool because I've got the hood up, because it's cold outside, but I've got like a little pompadour sticking out. Like it's like if the Arctic came to Greece.
I'm sorry. Whenever I think of pompadours, I'm always thinking of Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
So just put him in a really, really, with the hood and the fur around the edges with the things
Yes,
sticking
I'm
out.
thinking of Space Dandy. Listen, Space Dandy's great too. He's got a great.
Stay on target.
It would be
Okay.
it'd be interesting if we have a letter written by her. Yeah, maybe do a sending to the writer of a letter. But if you know their name.
I don't think that's enough.
Okay.
No, I would need to see the person's face, and but I can prepare this for tomorrow if we are not going to fight anything, or at least we hope not to fight anything.
Well,
Where we're headed, I'm sure we're going to find something.
Yes, we're going into the wilderness after this, so
Speaking of which, are you turning in for the night or?
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you head back to the White Lady Inn. We advance the calendar once more.
So I'm gonna take off one of my 3rd level spells and replace it with sending.
Okay.
And I'm buying another couple of days of food for Lila.
Okay.
Don't forget that Wilfred has a chunk.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been that is a reserve.
Okay.
All right. So,
So am I doing a sending, or would you like me to do it at the end of the day after we travel?
After we travel, I think is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in
Yeah.
case.
And if Rowan can't show them to you, I probably can.
Okay.
yeah, I don't think that the telepathy would work that way. It's mental like communication. I don't think that like images are part of that. I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to be uncooperative, but
No, it's fine. It's either we'll let Rowan try it with the helmet, and if that doesn't work, I can try it with the telepathy, and we'll see whichever one does work.
Yeah, I'm
well,
literally trying to play with
that's
the brain
kind of what
cell.
I'm saying is like the helmet and the telepathy are both telepathy. Yeah, like if one of you had like minor illusion or disguised self or something like that, but like the telepathy doesn't like I don't think that is
It's
sufficient.
just verbal, kind of. In the
Nope, I don't have that either. So
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that I don't think telepathy is enough to give her enough of an idea of what Danica looks like for the sending to work. I'm sorry.
Could we try and draw a picture of her?
Okay, you're trying really hard. I'm saying I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Okay.
yeah.
No.
But don't worry. Don't worry. It sounds like if she's gone to Targos, we're gonna go there and cause some ruckus at some point anyway.
Can you describe the ruckus?
We're going to bring the ruckus.
all right.
All right.
So-
So,
Hey,
let's
I'm
get
no
you
longer
underway.
exhausted.
So, once again, as you prepare to venture into the wilderness, let's have someone roll a d8 for me.
I'll roll. A 1.
Oh, 1. Okay.
Let's hope I got
I'll
that.
roll 5d8 to find out how many dragons attack.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
I'll do that one. 3.
Okay. Hang on. I always lose place of the thing that says how quickly you travel around when you're in the wilderness. Because I feel like had we worked it out to... Because I think what we just had you doing was... I think I gave you like 2 days worth of travel in one day as you were getting back to the road before. Because I think it's half mile an hour when you're
Yeah, I think we
overland and not on
figured
the
out
road.
that it was like 4 miles for an 8-hour day.
Yeah, that's right.
And guys.
Oh,
just-
right. It was because when you were using the frozen river, that's why you went faster before. So that's right.
Yeah.
And
So it's fine.
so that we don't lose any bonuses from me being a ranger, I did take mountains as my second favorite terrain.
All right. So traveling overland, you can get about here in the day. Roll another d20 because I don't like 5. Problem is some of these you've had already, and I don't want to double them up.
How about 18?
Okay, yeah, that works. So as you are going underway, this is still relatively, like it's in the morning. And let's see, yeah. Okay, yeah, so you encounter a party of friendly trappers and furriers from Ten Towns that are just on their own sort of expedition. And
Are they all human?
yeah,
Are they the same ones that had pity on me?
I don't think so. No, sorry.
Okay.
But one of them um, is. I think while you're all just kind of making small talk and chatting while you're there in the area, if you mentioned that you fought an ice troll, one of them says, "You know, if you eat the heart of an ice troll, you'll gain the troll's power for a day. But you have to eat the whole heart."
That sounds very unwise.
Well, I'm not saying. I mean, this is if you want to gain the troll's power.
Okay.
Which power would that be? It's strength. It's regeneration. It's
You're
bad
making
breath?
this overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Well, I believe the heart burned along with the rest of it.
You know, I'm starting to think you guys don't even want the power of a troll.
Not really.
Well, fine, don't eat its heart then. See if I ever mention
Okay.
anything to you again.
We are sadly heartless.
Well, I mean, next time we might, if we encounter another ice troll, we might just keep the heart for somebody who does want it.
So, in any event, they're
You
just,
are very nice people. Bye bye.
I think they grump at you for not thinking that their advice was cool. All right, but that's all that happens though, and you make your 4
Dude.
miles.
Is there a check one of us can make to see if that was that? If there's actually any truth to that?
I mean, sure. Like, I mean, how about a nature check?
Nature.
Yeah. I mean,
9.
does anyone have 9? Yeah,
I do have nature.
I'm
too.
not proficient, but
Like,
I am proficient.
I mean,
oddly
there's
enough.
there's all sorts of actual potions and things that are distilled from parts of various magical creatures. Oh, you are proficient in nature?
I am.
Okay, well, with the 16, you know, he's probably not wrong, although eating the entire heart just like raw seems like a pretty unpleasant and inefficient way to do that. That you would only do if you did not have access to somewhere that you could boil it down and distill out the actual useful properties.
Let some wizard. A wizard do it. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you were just out in the wilderness and you encountered a troll and, you were willing to go through that experience, you could theoretically gain some benefit from it. All right. So what are you guys doing for the night as you hunker down and make camp?
I think it's time for a Sunday.
Why do you think you have power for ascending? You don't have that. You don't
Yeah.
have
Oh,
the ability
right.
to show Magda
Right,
or
right.
Mara what she looks like. Sorry.
Right. So instead, how about we have
Okay.
a dome?
Oh, yes, I can
Oh.
do this.
All right, sorry, I have to move everyone around again because when you just so you guys know, if you didn't, when you turn your camera off, it reorders everybody.
Oh,
Oh,
That's okay, it happens. Sometimes you need to turn the camera off. That's okay. So, yeah, you guys, what are you doing?
I guess I don't.
All right. So
going
you
down
don't.
for the evening.
Yeah. Because of your role, you don't have any random encounters, so I'll just go ahead and scoot you to the next day, unless you have business that you want to do. Like, if you ever have roleplay business you want to do, tell me. Otherwise, sometimes I'm just going to not have us take 10 minutes to say nothing happened overnight.
Yeah, Mara only goes into a trance, so even though she doesn't have to stay up for a second watch, she just does and just like, I don't know, twiddles her thumbs or just meditates or something.
Well, if she's on Ale's watch, then Ale will tell her about his adventures crossing the continent, and just babble endlessly about what he's seen and done because it's all new to Mara. So
Oh yes, I love stories.
they've all heard them all by now.
on on Marcher's watch, he seems a little wistful, I think is a good term. He's kind of staring off and got his arms crossed over his chest and takes a big sigh.
What is wrong?
Uh, I can't believe I forgot.
What did you forget?
Well, while we were in Lonelywood, I commissioned an artist to make a piece of scrimshaw. And we decided to go, and we're not going to go back there before we go home, before to my home. And there's a woman there I'm sweet on, and I had gotten it as a gift for her.
That,
It's okay. I
know-
mean, it's not a big deal, but
does she know that you are sweet on her? Is this how you say this?
oh yes, we have as not sure how to say it in common. We have made the faces.
Oh, okay. We do not have this where I am from. People are assigned couples, and they do the coupling and the reproducing, and
Oh,
it is.
we were not assigned either. She's because I am from Skyme Tower and she is from Wormdom, and technically speaking, our two groups are at a feud. So
Oh,
we had to meet in secret, and it's kind of the reason I'm out here.
perhaps you can find a stone or something and like make a etching into it as we pass, and then you leave it for her, and it will be a little reminder.
I am not that crafty.
Oh,
I don't. I. My name is Marcher. I am a messenger and a survivor. I given jobs to do out in the wilderness. I go and do them and come back, and I come back every time. And that is what. And so I am not a crafter. There are other people who do that. And so. It's
you know,
not-
here, I have idea. And I go in my pack and I get out a couple of the moon seeds, and I dig some of the frozen earth, and I kind of warm it up and pack it down and put the seeds in it, and
That's not going to grow.
it
It's
will
frozen.
it will in time if you keep this in. I take a cup, and you keep this warm, like under your jacket or something. It will warm up. And then these are moonflowers, so they do not need a lot of light. And so they will grow. And you give this to her.
There's
And
not
you
much
say
light
this-
in my armpit.
But it will be warm. And when it is a seed, the important thing is warm.
Okay, but won't it freeze again if it has? I will do as you say.
I am trying to help. We are not going to go get the thing, whatever pretty thing you are going to bring to your sweetheart. Is this word? But this is a thing you can give to let her know you are thinking of her, and it will grow as your emotions grow.
Okay, fine. Take the cup and stick it in my armpit.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't need light before it sprouts.
Yeah.
Just needs heat and water.
All right.
All right. So
I hope it helps.
I am now carrying a potted plant inside my clothes.
Wonderful.
Aw.
All right, so let's get another D8 and D20 for this next day's.
Got it.
So 7. I believe 7 means no random encounter today. That is correct. No random encounters for you on this
Yay.
day. Alright. Okay. Sorry. Just gotta keep updating this calendar. Alright, and so that gets you about here, and you are pretty sure, looking at the map, that you will be able to reach the Cackling Chasm towards the end of your next adventuring day.
All right.
Nice. So
Excellent.
I would say at this point we need to decide if we're going to push through and go into the chasm or camp nearby and then go in after that.
Well, I am always saying that it's best to do these things early rather than at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we are not we are not in any particular rush, as far as we know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if we see something there that causes us to have to act quickly, then we will. But I think we can be cautious.
Go there, make sure we know where it is, maybe have a look, and then pull back and camp.
Sounds
One
like
thing
good.
I will add, just as something that I think would cross Ali's mind at least at some point, is a recognition that, both your own vision and the seer of the devil worshiper lady that foretold the future for you back at the other place. She had said that at that time she didn't think you were strong enough, but that doesn't mean that whatever's happening is just going to wait for you necessarily. So it's not necessarily something that you think you're ready, or you're not sure if you're ready, but you basically, it's perhaps just a remembering that you are kind of on the clock, in the sense of deciding when you're ready to do that. This guy's plans are going to continue to advance the longer you don't go. So
You mean, the Duragar, you mean?
yeah.
Okay, so that evening when we camp, then over dinner, then Ali's going to speak up and say, I wonder if the Duragar can wait forever for us to come after them.
Well,
I don't know if we can afford to put them off for as long as we think we can before bad things will occur. My vision, what the tiefling devil lady said.
You said that these things, they go invisible sometimes?
Yes, they go invisible, they shrink, they use magic. They are extremely dangerous. They come up from the Underdark. And I wonder, I know it's dangerous. I wonder if Sunblight, we shouldn't go to Sunblight sooner rather than later. I'm not saying we leave this chasm and go running to Sunblight now, but I'm wondering if going back towards Sunblight after this is not a better.
how do we know when the right time is?
We don't, but we know these Duragar's plans are in motion, and the longer we wait, the stronger they will get.
I don't know about you, but I've gotten stronger since we found out about this.
Right, but
The-
are they getting stronger faster than we are?
But the
There might be a
question
point where we
really
can't
is,
overwhelm them.
as a group of adventurers, are we prepared to storm a fortress? They've had time to prepare. They've had time to fortify their position. I mean, I'm not saying we aren't worthy of an army, but it might take an army.
Look, there is justice and there is justice, right? We are seeking out that magic fish hook, correct?
Yes.
This is a good thing. The fact that there is a better thing we could be doing doesn't change the fact that this is the one that's right in front of us.
No, I'm not saying that we turn around and not do this. I'm just wondering if we go
Well,
onto the cave and and everything else by the time we do all that, if the Durgar threat will not
Okay,
be.
okay.
But I am just a callow and sometimes
Mara,
stupidest
Mara,
member of the party, as we all know. So I might be overreacting.
hold on. Now, Mara, Aule, you are God people.
Sure.
Among my people, when we have a question like this, is it better to do this or better to do that? There is a ritual that the God people do. It says, "Oh, it is better to do this and worse to do that," and we make decisions that way. Do you not have that among yours? I'm talking about the augury spell.
Ollie just looks blank at the idea of an augury spell. I was like, yeah.
This is not something that I would know how to do, but let me ask. So, the fish hook here, what is this for?
We've come across a lot of items, or a couple
Augury
of
is a first level cleric spell, by the way.
like we've come across a couple of items that like there was a cauldron that made stew that could feed people, and I think this fish hook has assisted in helping feed people as well. It helps the people of Tin Towns because this winter has made it hard for them to survive, which is why this is an important mission. But if the whole of Tin Towns is at risk, if we do not assault the fortress that is these Duergar have held up, what's the point of them having a fish hook that'll help them eat if there is no Tin Towns?
One note: augury only only tells you about something you're going to do within the next 30 minutes.
Oh,
Now, something like commune would perhaps be more useful, but I don't know if you
Well,
actually
I
have
mean-
that yet.
How about
These are thematically, it's not something that I would know.
yeah.
so?
But I had this vision, and
I mean, you guys also like you know outside the mechanics, you can also just like pray on stuff, and you don't. I'm not going to
Yeah.
necessarily. It doesn't force me to give you specific answers, but
I think
yeah.
so.
And my question is, how do we know? How do we know?
How do we know which we should do?
How
We
do we
should-
know when it is clearly the Duergar are the big threat to the entire 10 towns right now?
short of the Frostmaiden herself, yes.
It is the
possibly
most
on a
immediate
par.
threat. I mean, the Frostmaiden, yes, but the Duergar are the big threat to 10 towns right now. It is the big thing.
Perhaps-
But they are mighty, and we are not. yet.
Perhaps what we can do is obtain the fish hook, look at their fortifications, and see if there is some way we can make things difficult for them. We may not be strong enough to take them on, but we could hamper their efforts in some way. Poison the water, or
Well,
catch something on fire.
I mean,
Something that would slow them down.
that sounds actually really good. Because if you fortify a position and have troops, you have to feed those troops. You have to house those troops. You have to shelter those troops. And as we saw before, Duergar are not necessarily against the cold. They're not immune to cold. So if we cause trouble until we're strong enough to actually assault their fortress, it could slow them down. It could even hamper what they're trying to do. That's a great idea, actually.
Okay.
This reminds me of the whole not done idea of the bell, going to the bell to see what that is with the Frostmaiden, but we're close to Sunblight now, seeing what Sunblight is, even if we don't decide to try to take it over and
More information
gloriously.
is always more powerful.
And from the looks of this map that we have recovered from the Duergar, we could easily go in here, get this hook, and then swing by and do some reconnaissance on the Sundoor.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if we go head east towards the Goliaths and everything else, we may leave
Yeah.
the Durgar to their own ends. And
Here's another thing.
yes,
There is that moon, the moon mirror, which is going to be
How many days? Full
A
moon?
few days. Maybe after we go here, we go up to Lonelywood and check that and see what that can tell us about the Durgar.
That is true.
You
How,
have
Christina,
5
how many-
days until it would be normal full moon.
You said 5 days?
Although, yes, 5
Getting
days.
there in 5 days would be a challenge, but not impossible.
Well, but the other thing, I think, as they're talking about this, Mara, you would realize, like, if this is a moon dial that does something special on the full moon, you think your moonbeam spell could.
If we do not reach this moon mirror in time for the full moon, I have the blessing of Selene. She is the goddess of the moon. I can probably help.
That's how the druids used it.
So how about rather than go and poke the dragon in the jaw to see how sharp its teeth are,
probably laughs.
we once we deal with this fishhook, we go back to Lonelywood and check and use that mirror, which we had planned to do at all, if you remember.
Yes, and possibly get the mummy on our side.
You know, I
You know how I
wonder.
feel about that.
I do, but there is a Durgar fortress to be dealt with.
Listen.
Maybe when it's time to make the final assault, we'll bring him along.
But I know you have some issues with coming in between these two tribes of your people, but look at how good you are in a fight. Imagine we had
I definitely want to go home too. But
Yes, and I apologize.
but
if
there's
it's
no way to resolve this question without
making it.
some answers. And we were planning on going there. Anyways,
so
we were planning on going back to Lonelywood.
yeah. So fine. How about this? We go handle the chasm, and then depending on how close it is to the full moon, we decide whether we go run reconnaissance on the Durgar, or go back to Lonelywood and ask the mirror about the Durgar.
So I just I did the calculation. You guys think that basically 5 days would be just about enough to get you to back to Lonelywood. But then again, you also know now that you don't necessarily have to be there on the full moon. But that's about how long it would take.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that you are now in the morning, having camped nearby the chasm. So
Yes.
if you were to deal
Yeah.
with the chasm and then leave for Lonelywood the same day,
Yes.
you could
That's-
get there probably the night of the full moon, assuming something else doesn't slow you down.
Yeah, and assuming we can find it again.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
that is a question, but
Yeah, that is an issue.
we
And I
have
Piccolo
apologize if I threw a monkey wrench into our carefully made plans. but
Well, no,
Yeah.
I
give
think
suggestion.
yeah, I think that there's just a little bit like you don't know if it feels like a full-fledged nudge from Bahamut as much as it was just sort of a gosh, it was one thing to say we weren't ready before, but maybe we ought to at least have a plan for how will we know when we are ready. Because it might be that nothing will tell us in advance until something bad has happened that we could have stopped.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they'll go
Yeah.
against Mike's oath and all that.
But one thing we are all agreed on, it is a time to go into that chasm.
It's time to
Yep.
go into the chasm.
And
Do it.
a thought I had is, I wonder what an ancient white dragon would think about the Durgar and what they're doing. Because if
Why
half the
would he
second
care?
I don't think he'd give up.
An
lying.
ancient white dragon would care less because it would devour hundreds of Durgar.
It just changes the balance of its diet. That's all.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, Mara has seen an ancient white dragon, so she.
Oh! You want to throw Mara into that stews? Mara talked to the dragon? Oh, good grief!
I was speaking metaphorically when I said punch the dragon in the jaw.
Yeah, let's leave the dragon alone.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
the
just
only
some-
reason we were interested in the dragon in the first place is because of the
Col-
3 bolts on a trench coat.
3
Yeah.
trenches and a cobalt coat.
Yes.
Now, you also, I'm not saying we should do this, but if we needed to, the kobolds seem pretty capable of making traps and defending locations, and there was a lot of them. That would bolster our forces. I mean, they're not
You saw their traps.
every
They're
little,
annoying at best.
every little bit helps.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they're good enough to protect the mine,
We know that they are good enough to protect the mine.
yeah,
No.
I have reservations about bringing them into an assault on a fortified position. I mean, if you're gonna arrange traps, where are you gonna put the traps?
Well,
We
no,
don't have
no,
anywhere
no.
to put
I-
traps.
I don't necessarily mean to bring them into an assault on the fortified on the Duergar, but they could protect an area that we cordon off. Like, so let's say we do assault this Duergar fortress and take it, because at some point we have to make a place where we can make plans, because all of this, and I'm pretty sure Ale will agree, is pointing towards the Frostmaiden.
Possibly. I mean, that's. You're talking about the businesses of gods.
We're talking about small stuff here for right now. Fish hooks, cauldrons, even the Duergar, compared to the Frostmaiden, are small potatoes.
So
We've already
I don't think we
Anger
need to
to
be
God.
making plans that far in advance.
Yeah. And
I mean, we keep making plans and then doing something different every week.
yeah.
I mean, name one week we have gone through with what we had planned to do. It doesn't happen.
I'm blaming the GM for putting a bug in Ollie's here. That's all I'm saying.
Consider this being the DM being generous to you and pointing out that it's like, oh yeah, the Duergar.
Oh yeah, the Duergar.
So, how about this? We go in, handle the chasm, and then we go reconnaissance the Duergar. If we
Right.
decide-
From the mirror.
I say, since we're out here, we can just do it from here. And if we don't make it back to the mirror when the moon is full, Mara can make the moon full, or so she says, or thinks.
I agree with Rowan here. We go, we reconnaissance the fortress. We may use the mirror for the actual planning of the assault, but we get intelligence on the ground here and now, and bloody their nose a little bit.
All right,
maybe if we
but
can.
here's the thing. Trust me, I am a scout. This is my job. If we go to look at the Duergar fortress, the moment we have any resistance that looks beyond our capabilities, we skedaddle.
The thing about it
That
is,
is a technical term in Giantish for mean run the hell away.
Yeah.
I also feel like if that's the case, we also should understand that if we see something that does not bode well, that we don't think needs to be left alone, then we just go ahead and commence the operation and take care of the Duergar. That's the same side of that coin. If it looks like it can wait a while, absolutely, we go out, we move on.
At this point, we are dealing with a lot of what ifs. We're not going to go anything until we go and see it. But let us get the hook first, and then we go. We look. If we can do something, we do something. If we can't do something, we leave. We are making this too.
agree.
We are making this too complicated.
I think
Okay.
you are-
Okay.
Welcome to the Seekers. As Marcher says, we do something different every week.
To your credit, y'all, this is a complicated question. Like, it's, you're proceeding based on incomplete information. but that it's impossible to have complete information, and you don't know how much time you have. It's a little bit like you didn't know how much time it was going to take for the ship to the mind flare ship to blow up, right? So you assumed that it was less time. So it's a question of like you don't know how much time you have.
I mean, if
You know
All
that
right.
they have.
Let us
Tackling
decide
chasm.
when we get there. Let us
Yeah.
go.
All right.
Yep.
So
Into the
as
hole.
you move towards this location on the map, a yawning chasm ahead of you threatens to devour you as if it were a giant icy maw. The wind sweeping through the mountains can't drown out the inhuman cackling that echoes in the chasm's depths. And let's put you on that map. So here's a question. Some of you have dark vision, some of you do not. Some of you have the ability to give dark vision to some other people. So tell me how you're dealing with all of that.
in the
Who
past I've cast light on my staff, so
Okay.
Who does not have dark vision?
Marcher does that.
Everybody except me and Piccolo.
Okay. I can give dark vision to 3 creatures. So they will be
That's-
able to see like me.
One too few.
Well, I mean,
Who was going to volunteer to be blind?
Or have the light spell.
Well, if we have a light spell, then there's no point in using the dark vision.
Well, it's not. From the way Mara describes it, it's not necessarily pure dark vision. Ale seems to think it seems to have given Ale telescopic vision. Like
I can make it so that you can see up to 300 feet. And it looks as though it is pure darkness is shades of gray.
yeah. It's not telescopic so much as it allows you to see through that far in the darkness, right? You would be able to see something 300 feet away in darkness just the same as you would be able to see it that far away in light.
okay. I mean,
Well,
so who would it benefit most? Myself, seeing as I do shoot things.
Yep, and I do, and
Iggy already does, but our Iggy already has dark vision.
yes. So I would say that
Out of archery, Wilfred's better than Ale because Ale can't hit anything, and Wilfred has a better dexterity. So therefore, Wilfred should get the dark vision. Therefore, the person without dark vision should be Ale because he is.
Very good. Then it is decided. And so Wilfred, Rowan, and Marcher, poof, you all now have the same dark vision as me.
All right, let me
and
do that on the.
Lila has dark vision to 60 feet. So.
Fantastic. Ale is dying for some reason.
And
I'll explain later.
Ale, where would you like your light spell?
On my shield, of course, please.
I'll put it on your shield. Ooh.
Okay.
That is my activation thing for the healing. I say boop.
It is contagious, evidently.
But I love it. I am making activation spell words for all of them.
Okay.
It is lovely.
And then Ale gets light.
What is?
Okay. And so the dynamic lighting is going to be a little bit weird, maybe where you are now, just because you're out on the surface approaching a cave opening. So on that basis, let me describe the cave mouth. At the south end of the chasm, humanoid skulls are stacked on either side of a cave mouth that contains icy steps descending into the rock. Blood has been used to draw crude symbols on the skulls.
Those symbols look familiar to anybody? To me? To anyone?
Someone can make a religion check.
I actually don't have a religion trained, so
I do, actually.
I'm not a very good paladin that way.
I got an 18.
Yes, these are symbols of Yinogu, the demon lord of gnolls.
Okay, so
The,
Demon
the
Lord of
player
Knowles.
knows that. The PC does not. Wow. There's a deep cut.
Well, Iggy will share that information that the
Demon Lord of Knowles.
Demon Lord of Knowles.
Yeah.
Great.
I do not know a lot about other religions.
Well, usually demons, they're not friendly types.
Well, that is known.
And if there's these humanoid skulls that mean anything, that means they've been eating people
Humanoid.
or things similar to us.
And then I would like to give a vigilant blessing to Ale, since he will be smashing things.
Okay.
And that gives you advantage on the next initiative roll.
That'll be useful.
Great. All right. So
Because
are
my
you
dexterity is
are you heading
10.
in
Yep.
to the cave?
Yep.
All right. Are you
Yeah.
proceeding stealthily?
No.
There,
Yeah,
I would
if everyone
hope
else
there would
is,
be
even
an
though I
attempt.
can't.
Yes, because this is the lair of people who follow the demon lord things.
Of Knowles.
Of Knowles.
Yeah.
Demon Lord of Knowles.
Yeah. So party stealth.
Party self.
Party over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not just a
Not
6
bad.
then.
A 6. Okay.
Oops,
So
I clicked. Well, same roll. It's the same roll.
all right. Hold on. Let's see what they're. All right. Okay. So you're being quietish as you
Quietish.
proceed down
So-
into that cave. Let me describe what you're seeing. So, crude steps lead down to a frigid 10-foot high cave filled with a putrid stench. The mostly broken bones of humanoids and animals lay scattered on the icy floor amid bits of metal and torn strips of leather.
Victims, possibly previous adventurers.
Hmm.
So, what you see from this area here is that there is, looks like more stairs that would go downward right there. And then another cave opening, to the north there.
Can
Yeah,
Lilith fit into this place?
And in fact, actually, I think that as soon as Ale with his light moves into that cave and the light, filters into that other room, you hear the, some rustling as some gnolls, and then they start, they look, one of them emerges into the neck of this opening here, and sees you, and is just for the moment is just looking at you, makes eye contact with you, Ale.
Maybe we shouldn't have put a light on me. Maybe I should just kept me dark. But,
Well, it also, it's one thing to say, who has light on them and who is the one that's going in first. But,
yeah,
That's
yeah, but I'm not very effective. in the
but
back.
so, what are you doing? This knoll's looking right at you. It definitely sees you.
Pulling my sword out, raising my shield, and charging it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're rolling initiative then.
Okay.
All right.
YOLO.
Yeah.
So remember that you have advantage.
I do.
Okay.
Let's see how this works.
All right.
Oh, okay. Not bad. Not bad.
yeah. My initiative roll is basically on form.
The chat is killing me.
What are they saying?
They said, I smile a winning smile and say, "Who's a good boy? Who's the goodest boy?" And if I get to go first, that is exactly what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Aw.
Aw.
I still
In-
need initiative from Marcher and Piccolo.
Mark,
Yes.
Mark, I've got my initiative on there. It's 11.
Oh, okay. You ended up with a double on there. All right. Piccolo?
It's like 4.
Uh,
Well, your vigilant blessing kept me from
shoot.
being dead last, so that helps.
Okay,
close to
so
dead last.
it is actually the Knoll's turn first.
Well,
So I think as you, well, so this is kind of funny, just that it worked out that way, because they see you starting to charge, and what the front Knoll does is he's got a spear of his own that he's holding two-handed, and he kind of brandishes it, kind of protectively, like, oh my God, there's a dragonborn charging at me with a sword. But he says, "Wait, wait."
Is he saying that in common or is he saying that in a different language?
Oh, you know what? I guess technically speaking, he's in Knoll. Okay, so,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
I will try saying something in undercommon and see if he knows.
Hang on. Let me figure this out. Okay, they don't speak common, so what he says is something, and he is holding his action to attack if someone comes within his melee range.
Okay.
And then the others are lining up behind him to do the same. In fact, actually, the others are lining up to do ranged attacks if the first one goes. Now, Mara, it would be your turn, but you are like kind of way back there. I think
Yeah.
maybe you see down into there. You see maybe some of this starting to happen.
Yeah. So I will say wait in common, and then I will say in undercommon. Who are you?
Okay. They don't look like they understand you.
So I will then. I will. Yeah, I just said wait, and so I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna hope that the party waits because I can read the body language, and the body language says they don't necessarily want to fight.
All right. Yeah. Okay. How about Ale? What does he do?
Well, I was ready to go charging in, even with that
I
spear
mean,
brand.
like,
But I was
you tell me
told-
what Ale would do, but basically, what you see them is them not like rushing into attack, but like looking like they're trying to talk to you and just backing up to like fortify a position.
And I am not the party diplomat, so I'm not the person who should be talking to the Null. So I'm not going to go charging headlong. I'm going to
you tell
just
me?
slide over to here and just
Okay.
ready in action that if negotiations break down and someone does come near me, I will whack them. But I will
Sure.
not. But I will hold my bull rush sort of approach to
Okay.
things. The cleric tamed the dragonborn.
All right, Rowan, what do you do?
Hearing the weight, I will cast using my brain slug detect thoughts
Okay.
on the lead Knoll.
Yeah,
For the duration, you read the thoughts of certain creatures. You can cast a spell, blah, blah, blah. Within 30 feet, if the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak any languages, the creature's not affected. But if it
Okay.
does speak a language and have an intelligence of 3 or higher than 3,
It does.
I can
Yeah.
detect its surface thoughts.
Okay. The surface thoughts. The surface thoughts are adventurers. If we let them in, they'll kill the Fang. But with like a happy emotion tied to that.
Okay. Guys, I speak. I say, I think they want us to kill someone. I, just wait. Give me some time. I think that's what I'm gonna. That'll be the end of my turn because I'll have to take an action next turn to delve deeper.
All right. One question that I have to ask: when you are using your helmet slug to read the mind of something,
It's a concentration.
well, no, I wasn't going to ask that. I was going to ask, what's your pose? What's your mind reading pose?
Oh, absolutely. So, because I am a child of the 90s and I watched way too much X-Men, I'm definitely Professor Xing it right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh God, no. Oh, Rowan, now I see your
Thank
new
you.
light.
Yes, that's what I needed. All right. All right. Yeah. So that's great. I'm very pleased that you did that because it's cool. Not just the pose, but also that you chose to read their thoughts like that. That's great. All right. Lily is probably up on the surface going.
Yep.
I don't think she can fit through the door.
You know, she could squeeze through at half speed if she.
Oh, okay.
Or he could. I think probably actually what Lila is doing is hearing the echoing cackles from this crevasse and hooting angrily back at the sound. Like,
Ha ha! Hoo! Ha ha! Hoo! 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 Ha! Hoo! Ha! Ha! Hoo!
yeah. That's probably what Lila is
Something
doing.
in the Princess Bride.
Yeah. All right. Marcher, what are you doing?
I'm going to slip down a bit, give Rowan a kind of a weird look, and it's like, all right, then I guess we need to go this way rather than that way.
The slug is telling me things.
I have no answer for that.
I didn't know that I could walk through them to like get in front on my turn.
Yeah, you
because I was
can.
kind of blocked.
Yeah, you with allies you can go through their space
Okay.
if they're willing.
So then I would have
yeah,
wound
but
up
you can
kind
move
of
up
here.
yourself to where you would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we can drop out of initiative if you guys are all on board with this idea that like they seem okay with you going down the stairs the other way. Like
Okay.
they don't want you to come any closer to where they are, but if you want to go down the stairs, they seem fine with that. And then if Rowan wants to probe deeper, he
Hey,
can.
Rowan,
Yeah, I can.
Have you
I'll
ever-
try, but
have you ever-
you
Rowan-
have to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
DC 14. If they're trying to stop me.
I think they probably would because they don't really understand what's happening exactly. But they get a 3. So yeah. So when you are probing deeper, what are you trying? You're trying to learn more about what this whole thing means.
Yeah. It says if you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. Blah blah blah. If they fail, then you gain insight into the reasons, if any,
Okay.
and its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Such as-
So it definitely has one thing that is prominent in its thinking right now. There is the leader of this group of gnolls is known as a Fang of Yinogu, and there's one named Chizka, is their leader here, who brought them all to Icewind Dale promising lots of food, and instead of lots of food, there's no food. And they're all starving to death and having to resort to cannibalism. And even though gnolls are more okay with cannibalism than most sentient beings would be, it's still not the preferred means of sustenance. They're pretty unhappy with that, and they're blaming Chizka. And they're too cowardly to take on Chizka themselves, but they're thinking, hey, if some adventurers came in and killed Chizka and then left, that would be great for us. Because we don't dare, challenge them but we blame them for our current situation, and we can't leave without disobeying them. So if they were dead, that would be better.
So
I kind of poke Rowan because he's the one who's lived in this area the longest. Like, do these guys normally like eat people? Because I'm seeing a lot of bones around that look like people bones. So I'm a little leery of leaving these guys alive if they eat people.
they don't mean us any harm, but they do want us to kill their leader.
No, I get that.
Yes, but do they attack other innocents?
But are they a danger to the 10 towns?
If they're a danger, then they have to be dealt with. What are they going to do if we kill their leader? That's what I would want to know.
So Mara is going to look in front of the knoll and be like, okay.
I will accept nature checks to know more about gnolls if that's what we want.
Okay,
I'm sorry
sure.
to interrupt, but
Give it a shot. See what happens.
all right.
Oh, dude!
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
I was going to say if you're proficient, but that's okay. It's fine. So
I am proficient, so.
Oh, well, there you go. So yeah, your proficiency with gnolls, and in fact, actually, I think because there's some aspects of gnoll culture that can get into necromancy because it deals with their whole demon worship thing. That I think it makes sense that Mara would know have heard some things about that. One of
Okay.
those things is gnolls are pretty evil, and they are chaotic evil in the sense that they just absolutely revel in destruction any way that they can get it. They absolutely do eat sentient creatures. However, they are sentient. Like they can, like you would have to be wary of trusting them, but at the same time, like they're not just completely unthinking.
So,
Okay.
so in other words, they're like humans. They eat sentient things and can be slightly untrustworthy.
Well, yeah.
So I will do like a weird interpretive dance to say, we won't kill you if you don't kill us.
All right. So go. Well, so Rowan can actually telepathically talk to them.
Oh, I didn't know if he could talk
Well,
to them.
no,
Or if it was
I
a
love the
one-way
dance anyway, but
one-way
I just
communication.
No, Rowan can only talk to fish. Oh wait, that's Aquaman.
So I want to see you do a performance check for your dance, regardless, though.
Sure.
That's pretty good.
Nice. So the thing is, it says questions verbally directed at the target naturally shape the course of its thoughts. So technically,
well,
this
so that's
interpretive dance.
Yeah. Well, so there's the detect thought spell, but there's actually your Helm of Telepathy also has a specific ability that I believe lets you communicate telepathically to the creature you're reading the thoughts of.
Oh, wow. I will. How do they react to her interpretive dance? Then?
I think they are confused but interested.
Okay. It's a really good dance.
Yeah, like they're saying like I don't know what that one is doing, but I can't look away. Look at that. Look at that. That's great. Whatever that is yeah. But you get the sense, Mara, like I think the rest of you are feeling like if I was just seeing that dance, I feel like I would get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, you stay. We go fight.
I think that with all of that, Rowan, what you're getting from them is essentially like what they want, what they are planning amongst themselves is let the adventurers go in and kill Chizka. Then we wait for them to leave, and then we can eat what's left.
Balances out.
Does balance out. I
The
tell
circle of
everyone.
life.
So it seems like they want us to kill someone named Chichka,
Chizka.
and if we do, they'll allow us to leave, and then they'll go and eat the remains. So it seems like they're not a blatant, outright threat to Tin Towns, but more of a threat to their own kin.
Okay.
Let Knowles eat Knowles.
The
Can you ask them if they know where the hook is, or
The
if
fish
they've
hook.
seen the hook?
Yeah, if they have the fish hook, then all
Well-
bets are off.
Yeah, so I reach out to them and ask them if they have you seen a hook, a tool of man.
Let me.
I would like draw it in the gravel or whatever, dirt.
Okay. Hang on. Let me. Hang on. I'm trying to find where. When you mention that, like replying telepathically, what you're hearing is really. It's almost not, it's almost like pre-verbal, but when you kind of send this image of like a fishing hook, they say there's a fishing pole in Chizka's cave. Chizka keeps all the treasures.
What?
Then
They don't
so I
seem to
say-
know about the hook being special. They just know there's a fishing pole there.
So I say to them, stay here, out of our way.
And
We
make sure E doesn't leave.
Yeah, they kind of basically, they stand back and they kind of lower their weapons, like they're watching you warily, but they seem to be like,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
we're going to do what you say. You go in and kill Chizka, we'll leave you alone.
And I tell them we will go kill Chichka.
All right. So I think as you look down those stairs into the hang on, I'm trying to.
Dun, dun,
So-
dun, dun.
Yeah, you see, like the map here is a little bit weird in terms of how it's drawn. So you look and down those stairs, you see 30 feet below the surface, a shelf of rocks surrounds the chasm's gaping maw. Its cracked sides riddled with caves and festooned with sharp rocks. Further down in the chasm, you see dead gnolls impaled on some of these fang-like protrusions. Manic laughter echoes through the chasm as you look around, the sound ricocheting off the walls that make its origin impossible to pinpoint. And so, as you're realizing that, like, you're gonna have to like edge along the, this layer of the map. Actually, let me add the here. Let me put these on the these
We've done
these
this
elevation
before.
markings. So you're going down the stairs to be on this minus 30 feet shelf, and you can kind of follow around that level is that elevation. And then there's another one that's 100 feet down from the surface, and then further down is even 200 feet down. So that's where you're looking. But I think as you are looking down into the darkness of this chasm, those of you with Mara's enhanced dark vision can see just how far a drop it is, and see all of those gnolls impaled at the bottom. And maybe
So
that's
everyone except Ale can see this.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's where I think is a good place to leave it for tonight. Descend into
Ignorance is
cackling
bliss for the
chasm.
clueless paladin.
All right, so I think that'll do it for tonight. I hope you had a good time. Thank you, everyone who's been in chat. We love to have you, and we'll be back next week for more So Many Levels Rime of the Frostmaiden.
AKA Professor X is a ranger.
All
Wait,
right.
here we go. Here we go. Look.
Oh, very nice.
Next
All right.
time, arrange that next to the camera.
Yeah.
Just kind of fall
Yeah,
over the
but then
camera.
you'd get it in. You'd get the sound in the microphone.
Oh,
It wouldn't be great.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.